fight me.
When I first saw the Grumps do this, I really thought that this was something that I wanted to do too, because I know with you, you eat not a lot of fast food, but I know you're opinionated on fast food, and you've got favorites, and you're opinionated, so there's definitely some things that are better than others.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What's it looking like on your screen? Are you able to see my mouse moving around?
Yeah, I see everything just fine.
Alright, perfectly. Well then, everything should be working great.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Alright, well, let's start with A&W, but I got a question for you. Do you
Oh
know
my
what
god.
A&W stands for?
Sir, it stands for hamburgers and whoop beer.
I would absolutely agree. And I don't think I've ever had it. I think my parents said
Oh,
we
I've
had
had
it.
it.
I think my parents said I've had it before. Don't remember it, but I would only imagine that they have amazing hamburgers and delicious whoopio.
It's just like Dog and Suds, except it's the name brand. The food tastes the same, but it's got the hamburgers and whoop beer. So
I don't
I'd give it.
remember what happened to Dog and Suds at all. I remember loving it when I was a child.
Oh, it was trash. It was trash. It was cheap though, and it was fun.
Um,
I'd give
maybe
it a. I'd give it a D.
give it the D. That
Yeah, I'd
sounds
give
good
it
to
a
me.
D.
Man,
It's like, but I will say, hamburgers and whoop beer is probably better than Sonic. But they work in the same space. You know, it's a drive up roller rink, whatever.
in
But
regards to
we'll get there when we
yeah,
get
we'll get to
there.
Sonic, but in regards to A&W and Sonic, the fact that they actually do car shows and they're really like they're really involved in the community with the car shows. They bring in a bunch of people for that. So that's kind of cool. But
I didn't know
anyway,
that.
moving on, we're already on a huge part of the contention here is Arby's.
I gotta look at the menu real quick, dude, because
I don't know. I don't know if I got to go that deep with Arby's. If I go there, when we talked about this the other day, I already know what I'm going to get before I get to Arby's. It's either going to be one thing or the other, but curly fries and Jamocha shake's going to be a part of the order.
yeah, their fry game is pretty good. Their even their crinkle fries are pretty good. Which most
Oh,
of the time, most crinkle fries are bland trash.
I got to shout out
Um,
my dad on this one. I'm a big curly fry guy, but he loved the potato cakes, and I don't know if they still do them or not.
I'm a sucker for wedges.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they
Wedges,
are. He called
wedges,
them potato cakes.
yeah, wedges are fucking delicious most of the time because they're seasoned really well.
You got to
But
dip them in the
uh,
ketchup. Ooh.
my main issue, my main bone to pick with Arby's is they fail on their business model. In my opinion, I'm sure they're a perfectly profitable company, but the point that I'm getting at is all of the stuff that they're known for are their worst items. Like the
Roast beefs.
roast beef is fucking disgusting. The liquid cheese that they put on the sandwiches makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, when you
But
get older, the liquid cheese kills me too.
yeah, it makes my stomach churn. And everything else they have on the menu is amazing, albeit very overpriced. It takes a notch because it's so overpriced, but that's just kind of everything nowadays. But anyway, their fried foods are on lock. Their fish is decent, and their wraps are amazing, dude.
Well, it sounds like
They're
you've got all of this under, like you're like the
they're
professional Arby's guy here.
I'm not, but I work in their building a lot, so I get free food sometimes, and their euros are good too. The roast beef euro is good. It's the same meat, it just is
See,
not
I feel like
prepared.
I feel like we're almost seeing two different sides of the single coin here because I got the euro and I was like, wow, for what I got, I felt ripped off because I can go to this one gas station I've mentioned before, get
Yeah.
more for less.
Right.
So for me, I'm just straight roast beef French dip kind of guy when I go there.
Their sandwiches, like their deli sandwiches that have nothing to do with roast beef, are pretty good.
I don't
I give
know.
them a B.
I was gonna say I can't give it the best. For me, it'd be
Hell
a
no.
C, but you're the pro here, so we're going with B.
Yeah, I'd give them a B, but they're anchored, and I'm being generous with Arby's because they've been around for a long time.
Baja Fresh,
Never seen it. I think it's a West Coast thing.
Blimpie. I've seen one before, like in 2000 or 1999. Never been there. I was
There,
a child.
there was one in our town that failed.
Yeah, it
Uh,
did. That's
it was
probably
all
what I'm
right.
thinking about.
It was all right. I mean, it's the same kind of thing as like it's like a higher. It's almost like a Jersey Mike's. It's like a step up from Subway. It's more like a Firehouse almost away. Or Quiznos. You remember Quiznos?
I remember Quiznos.
They're all about like the hot sandwich or a Penn Station. Except Penn Station's way better. I give it a D.
You give it the D. That sounds good. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to heated subs, I really question like their price margin because they have to price sandwiches at a certain way and make it profitable. And I don't know. I just feel like you're spending a lot for not a lot in general. But we'll keep
Sometimes,
moving
yeah.
on. Yeah. Bojangles. You ever had that Bojangles?
Yeah, Bojangles, and I had Bojangles one time, and I'll tell you when. I had Bojangles in a Texas airport, and I saw it, and I was like, Bojangles! And it was just a Popeyes experience. I give it a D.
D. You ever had that Boston Market chicken? They're known for
I've
their
se-
chicken.
I've seen Boston Market. There's one in the ghetto on on the east side,
I've seen
and
one in Terre Haute.
I pass it every time. Never had it.
Never had it. Seen it though. Oh no.
F F tier.
Oh no.
Burger King is the biggest embarrassment of fast food I've ever experienced, and I've given it so many tries, and it just embarrasses itself more and more each time.
I
It
feel
gets
like,
worse.
man, I feel like I got to come back to this one because the only thing you can compare it to is McDonald's. Like, I would want to move Burger King when we get to McDonald's because one is dependent on the other. Because
But Burger King's food tastes like shit. Their fried food sucks. Their sandwiches suck. They're not even in the same like McDonald's is like the def in my opinion. We'll get there when we get there. But I find McDonald's to be average to below average, and I find Burger King to be a slap in the face. And it's overpriced. That's the thing, is it's so expensive.
I feel like whenever I go out to these restaurants, I'm actually looking at like value menu stuff, never main item stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh wow, man, they got the Burger King chicken fries. And I'd go there. It's like $2
Yeah,
for
chicken
the
fries,
chicken
yeah.
fries. And it's like literally 80% batter, 20% processed chicken strip in the very center of it. So yeah,
The,
dude,
the,
F tier. I've had some bad customer service experiences there too.
Absolutely. And the only redeeming quality, and this is definitely not enough to bring it up to a D, it deserves the bottom hell layer of hell where it belongs with this charbroiled garbage. But the Cinnabon stuff, you gotta give them praise for that, like that nostalgic Cine Minis experience that you had. And I also have, this is still not enough to bring it out of F tier, but their toy game was on lock in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Man,
Pokemon 2000 came out, you go and get a holographic card.
and,
Mario and
well, that
all
alone
the
makes me
other big
wanna
games.
that alone makes me
No,
want to bump it up from Bojangles
no.
because I've never even had Bojangles or Blimpie.
Bojangles has food that tastes good.
Toy game,
Burger King does not.
toy game. All right, we'll keep it.
It can rest, if argued correctly, at the top of F tier, at best.
That's true. Canes.
I've heard so much about it. I've never had the pleasure of eating it, but from what I experienced, it seems like or from what I've heard, it sounds like a really premium, like Popeyes, like chicken place.
Carl's Jr. I got some opinions on this one, but I want to know what you think.
We kind of talked about it before, but I think it's absolute F tier. It's even worse than Burger King. Like, it's so disgusting.
I can't give it that.
Their burgers are the most dry. They tout all the shit about being a thick burger, except they don't know how to cook a thick burger because a thick burger is supposed to be treated as a steak. So it needs to have the juices, and if it's just bland, flavorless, dry puck of gray matter in a burger, I've had it recently. It's disgusting. The only thing that I could see it being argued for D tier because their fried chicken is actually pretty decent because they do have that hand battered fried chicken, so
I'm
it's
gonna,
got that like battery feel to it.
well, this is a compromise for both of us, and I got a few things to say about Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, as we both know it, and it's that I'm going
Checkers.
for that C tier just because my mother really likes it. So
Fair enough,
whenever I was
checkers.
going to Terre Haute a lot, we would both
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, we're hungry and we're driving," and she'd be like, "Oh, dude, there's a Hardee's," and we'd go to the same one in Brazil, Indiana. And
Yeah, mhm, yeah.
it would always come through and make my mom happy. And, I was never complaining about it much. Scott also used to work in high school at a Hardee's. And
Yeah.
I think he has a lot to say about it. I don't think he hates it, but I know that there was a reason why he wanted to work there. And the thing that's really pushing me up to push it in C tier is, again, for $5,
tier,
I
okay.
was able to get 6 tacos, and they were better than Taco Bell quality. 6 tacos,
Yeah.
$5, because I'm gonna count Red Burrito in on this too. And
Is Red Burrito not on here
if so, we're just
alone?
I just want to count this as Red Burrito, I guess.
Well, is Red Burrito on the list by itself? I doubt it, but is it?
No, it is not.
Well, that sucks. Okay, yeah, we can bump. I would say top of D tier, maybe the bottom of C tier.
I'm gonna put it C tier. I think it
Alright.
deserves to go there. Also, I kind of like the fact that when you do order food, if you're dining inside, they kind of make it seem a little classier than what it really is, and they actually bring your food to your table. So like you don't have to stand up there like a dog waiting for them to give you your slop, you know? Like you
Yeah,
actually
pig's
place
ready
your
for the
order.
slop. Yeah.
Yeah, you place your order, they give you your cups to get your drink, and you sit down with your number card and they actually give it to you. So for
Yeah,
that,
that is true.
that is nice.
That is true. Also, one last thing on the Hardee's. Their commercial, they know how to make a commercial, dude.
That's
Like
true. That's
they
true.
know how to make a commercial. They show the goods. They go see the camera and show you what's on the inside, dude. Like they fucking those slow mo drops on those burgers. I'm not gonna lie, they make the burger look good. And remember those older commercials where there was like a pretty much like a chick on a bikini on top of like a Mustang, and she's got like a
Hell yeah,
triple
dude.
thick burger. Like I was like, okay, like I get this. It's a good looking burger. Too bad it tastes like shit. You bite into
Oh
it. But
no, no. Again, whenever I go there, I'm pretty much getting either their chicken tendies or if they have rib burrito, I'm getting their tacos. I knew this was gonna be a big opinion for this one, but I'm really pushing for that C.
that's cool. We'll keep it at the bottom.
Um, oh no,
Rallies,
rallies
dude.
and checkers, man.
Yeah, dude.
I guess like my opinion on it is that the customers treat you like shit, but you're already feeling like shit because you decided to go to rallies and they give you what you want.
It's a
So
salty spittoon, man.
it's a salty spittoon. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you get like the flamin' rallies that just everything's on point and cooked fresh, and other times you got like under the heat lamps rallies and you shit for hours. But either way, you spent $4 and you're full.
When they ask you how tough are you when you approach the salty spittoon rallies, he's not just asking how tough you are physically. He's saying how much can your gut handle before you retch. But like I'll say it on camera, their wing game is on fire, dude. It's nice and cheap, good crispy wings. They're not nasty and baked and squishy. Like they got the wings. It's such a sleeper thing. They got a bunch. Well, the last time I was there, they had a bunch of different types of sauces, like a good like 5 to 6 like varied sauces on top of your mild and hot buffalo. Their fries are like probably some of the best fries you can possibly get,
Best
and their
fries,
big
man.
their big Buford is like lit as fuck, dude.
I think that again, as a value menu guy myself, they have the best value menu options, hands down. You can get like they can get like a double cheeseburger. It's like $2. French fries are usually like thrown in with that deal, but if not, the fries are already cheap, and you're gonna get them anyway, no matter what. I got two stories I want to say with rallies. One of them being that I got stuck in a drive-through in Terre Haute for 50 minutes. It was like 45, 50 minutes. My food was ice cold. Still ate it because I don't really have much of a choice.
I mean, no, yeah, they got your money,
Yeah,
man.
and they already got my money. So, but and I wasn't gonna leave. I probably spent more on my gas and idle than I did on the food itself.
Oh fuck, dude.
My other favorite story is that I was one of the first people to get the driver's license out of the friend group, and you and I both got captivated by a commercial, and you were just like, "Dude, I'll give you $5 if you go over and get rallies," and I did, and it was a 2 for $4 deal. It was either like a chicken sandwich or a burger for $4, and I got two of those, and we smashed. It was delicious.
Yeah, yeah. Rallies is good. I think
Ooh.
I haven't perused their menu. Oh, it's definitely going B tier above Arby's.
Above,
Uh,
above Arby's.
yeah, for sure. There, and I will
Yeah,
say there's a little asterisk next to the Checkers because it's got a bit of a nostalgia to it.
it
I
does.
haven't been there in a long time, but I feel like if I went back down to Plainfield and like hit that rallies, dude, I feel like it'd hit the same.
Yeah, probably better than a Terre Haute rallies where they literally want to kill you for just placing an order.
You made a lofty statement. You said Checkers Rallies has the best value menu, dude.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know how it is right now. I haven't been to one recently because there's not one nearby. But when I was
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Terre
yeah.
Haute, if I was going to go out and get fast food per value menu, I think the only thing that could come close would be like Taco Bell in terms of like value menu, what you
Really? You
get
think
and
so?
what you pay. Oh, absolutely. There's a few other on here that I'm seeing because White Castle
Wendy's has the best value menu.
Oh,
Wendy's has the best value menu.
we'll have to get
Find
to
a
it.
way.
We'll have to
As a
get
matter of
to
fact,
it.
and I need to shit on Burger King one more time. We're bringing it back to fucking Burger King and
Oh
my bone to
no.
pick with
Oh
that piece of
no.
shit. They just came out, and I say just within the last like 3, 4, 5 months. They've been touting their 4 for 4 menu. Oh, it's so revolutionary. It's like, bitch, Wendy's has been doing this for 20 fucking years.
You know what?
Like Wendy's has been doing 4 for 4. They're just copying Wendy's, and it's like you're so tardy to the party. I wish there was an even worse tier for Burger King.
Actually,
It's so bad.
I was actually thinking about that too because I actually have another shit take that I want to give Burger King. So we're gonna drop this even lower in F tier as we add more. And it's the fact that I was like, oh yeah, Burger King, and I was like, let's ball out, let's get something crazy. And I was like, yeah, let me get that Whopper deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get the mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella sticks were awful, and the fact that I didn't even think about the fact that when I got my Whopper, it doesn't come with cheese.
That sucks.
So it doesn't. Like the Whopper itself is not an item that has cheese on it. You have to get like a Whopper with cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Whopper Deluxe, $1.50 increase.
And they actually increased quite a decent amount with like either it be cheese or not cheese. And I'm over here like, dude, we're in America, bro. Cheese is gonna be on every burger on the menu. Like I didn't say hamburger.
Default.
You know what I'm saying?
Default. Yeah, default.
So yeah, exactly. By default, their Whopper no cheese always. You have to say
Dude,
with cheese
fuck
on it. So yeah,
Burger
I had
King.
a shitty experience. Yeah, no, Burger King sucks. We'll fix that though.
We can make its own tier at Burger King.
We technically could, but I'm not gonna.
We'll
do
get
that
there.
now. We'll get there. Chick-fil-A.
This is gonna trigger people if they ever watch this video.
No, because I'll fix that right now. I'm gonna try and put all biases of politics aside because I'm with you guys. I fucking hate Chick-fil-A's politics. There's been a few times where even when I go there, I'm like, I feel dirty, and I don't go there much. But every time I do, I'm like, I don't want to give them my money. But luckily it hasn't been too many times. That aside, Chick-fil-A. I got a few positive things I'd want to say, but obviously it has downsides. But I'll let you start it.
Chick-fil-A is average. It is a bar that if you can get above Chick-fil-A, and I'm not even just talking about chicken here, I'm just talking about the experience. Chick-fil-A is kind of expensive. So, like, their fries are on lock. Their nuggets are pretty good because they're not super processed. But kind of like the Arby's situation, I feel like the stuff that they advertise the most is probably one of the worst products that they have. It's not a bad product, unlike Arby's. The peaks and valleys at Arby's are much more drastic. Chick-fil-A is an even line. It's just it's a flat line for me. Yes, I like their spicy chicken sandwich. It got me through college on a budget because we had a Chick-fil-A in our campus university center, and you could go there and get a burger or a sandwich for like $4 or $5, whatever. Their sauce game is on lock, 100%. Their fries are on lock. This is a little bit of an anecdote. They are celiac friendly, so if you ask them for it, they have a dedicated fryer, so you boys out there can eat there.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
And their customer service is like beyond next level. So
Yes,
I think
is.
I'd give them the top of C tier. I could argue it into the bottom of B tier.
My hot takes with it is that Chick-fil-A is a restaurant that I don't really get the combo. I always just get a la carte.
Real quick. They have such a ravenous following that the company is smart, and I don't mean to derail you, but the company is smart where they see that their one lane drive-through was just not cutting it. So they say, yo, fuck that shit. This is America. Triple lane, quadruple lane.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get more employees so we can make more money and we can run this shit into the ground in a good way. You know what I mean? Like,
no, for real.
mad respect there. You see a problem and it's like, okay, this isn't, we got to make more money. Like we got to address this. So let's take it to the next level. Yeah. We got the wireless headsets. We got the iPads. We got everything. And that shit is on fire. It goes along with what I was saying about their customer service.
Man, and it pains me to want to put them in what I'm thinking is B tier, but I guess to wrap up my thoughts is I always get a la carte. I never get the combo. Don't care about the drinks. I just literally want a chicken sandwich because that usually fills me up enough. And if I'm feeling frisky, I'll get the fries. I think that their radio commercials drive me up the wall. Sounds like a bunch of robots talking about just like menu items that I'll never get.
Now that you say that, I can't even think of hearing or seeing a single Chick-fil-A commercial.
It's always like that one violin strung instrumental, and it's like every time that the Shamrock Shake comes out, I just get like a bit of nostalgia. That nice minty taste, the creaminess of the syrup, it's delicious, and you can only get it at your local Chick-fil-A, and it drives me up the wall.
It's like a Kickstarter trailer ad.
That's like actually a really good description for it.
It makes me vomit.
Two other things is I remember that I got a coupon. I was waiting a table. The lady had on Chick-fil-A garb, and I was like, "Oh wow, Chick-fil-A!" Like
Fun game is fire too as well.
So I was
nice mention there.
I was just talking to her about Chick-fil-A, and she was like, "Oh well, hey, take this," and she gave me like a plastic card that was like free breakfast at Chick-fil-A. And I was like, dang, dude, their customer service don't sleep. Even off the clock, they're hooking you up with some like free Chick-fil-A to bring you in the fucking door.
Dude, you know who else has insane coupon games? Fucking Rallies and Arby's.
Oh, that's a good point too.
They send you that shit in the mail for Arby's, and I mean they're
Rallies
obviously
too. You're right.
they're pushing that merch on the Arby's for the roast beef and cheddar and all that crap, which the normies eat. But like it's like, here's a deal. Take this coupon in any Arby's, $10 for like 5 sandwiches, 4 drinks, and 3 fries. It's like, Jesus
Three
Christ,
drinks.
dude, slow
I
down.
know.
It's like
I
it's
can't
like
even-
slow down, dude. Like I'm not trying to eat a whole family's worth of food, but anyway, Chick-fil-A.
I hate having to say this, but I want to put it in B. Don't want to, but we're going to. But is it better than Checkers and Arby's, or how are we gonna set up B tier right now?
B tier is fine how it is so far with what's in there. I will accept Chick-fil-A at the bottom of B tier.
Bottom of B tier sounds good with me. I guess the last thing I want to say with Chick-fil-A is that I was on my way to work and I wanted breakfast. McDonald's line was huge, so I had to go to Chick-fil-A. And I was just, being a normal person, being the person that I am, I was very polite with the lady taking my order. And she was like, you know what? You seem so polite today. I'm going to pay for your meal. And again, just going above and beyond. She didn't even have to. That shit's clutch. Politics is it's crazy.
And I feel like the final note here for me on Chick-fil-A is that Chick-fil-A is the perfect experience, or perfect example of how I wouldn't go as far as say subpar. I would say an average product can be elevated by other experiences within the fast food like zeitgeist.
Yep.
So it's like you go in there and you get treated nicely. They don't spit on you. It's clean. Everyone's smiling and happy, regardless of if they have a gun to the back of the head or not. But it's like, it's nice. It is a upstanding experience,
Clean,
regardless of what you think. Yes.
Very clean, too. I've noticed that.
Yes. Moving on.
Chipotle.
So I recently, over the past couple months, have gone around and tried all the big burrito places.
That's
And
good because, I felt like that was going to be a problem in this tier list, was like comparing the burrito places.
No, man. Okay, so you got Qdoba, Chipotle, Moe's, and there's probably another one in there that I'm forgetting. But did I say Qdoba? Yeah.
Yep.
So between those three, I think the thing is that I used to rep for Chipotle so much.
I did too. My sister worked there, actually.
And it's a good place to go to eat. You get a good amount. You get a ton of food. It's a big burrito place. So you'd probably spend at least $8 to $10. But you're getting a baby's worth
I don't
of
know.
food.
I'd
so
say
it's
more
kind
than
of
that, man. After taxes, I feel like even if I just get just a burrito, we're looking at
drink.
like $14. I usually just get water at these places. Because, what am I going to get? Just a soda pop for $2.50?
Yeah, I mean you're wolfing down so many calories anyway. You don't even need the pop. You really just need water to flush it down. But anyway, back to Chipotle. I've had some bad experiences there recently from multiple different stores, but then I've also it's got highs and lows. It all just depends on where you go, and that's kind of where all of these places. That's how the fast food experience is. It's about the preparer and the location, and just who's feeling shitty that day and who wants to piss on your food.
I
But
guess
I would say out of the big 3 or 4, however many there are, I'd give Chipotle the number 3 slot.
I would kind of agree with setting it a little lower than the others because of my personal experiences. My sister used to work there, and it was an okay job that worked with her well, but she got fired for a bullshit reason that was not her fault, and she came home crying. I don't know the specifics, but my sister's smart. She came home crying, she got fired, and that's bullshit. I remember one time, I think twice I applied at Chipotle when I was younger, and I had a good experience under my belt and showed up to the interview nice, and they never hired me. So I was like, okay, Chipotle, you think you're better than me? Why didn't you want to hire me? It made no sense. And the
They're hurting now.
The third one being my cousin on my mother's side. She was a manager, a store manager for Chipotle, and they also fucked her over super bad too. Don't know the specifics, but that was a really big burn on her part too. So I don't know what's going on management. We're getting a little deeper with this than we have with any of the other restaurants because obviously we don't know about the management style of any of these. But for that alone, kind of puts Chipotle a bad taste in my mouth when I go there.
It goes comfortably in C tier.
Comfortably in C.
I would say it's definitely above Hardee's. Hardee's is going to be the bottom of C tier. It's going to be tracking with Chipotle or Chick-fil-A and B tier.
Well, we'll find out because some of these I'll die for them, man. And we're actually on the next one right now that I feel very passionate about. So,
oh, dude, we both love churches.
Dude, Church's Chicken. Just gonna say it straight up. If you're gonna compare this to KFC, if you're gonna compare this to Popeyes, the shittier the location of the Church's and the worse that the staff treats you, the better that fucking chicken is
food,
gonna be,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Straight
because
up.
they know how it is.
It's like one of the restaurants that like they know you want it and they're gonna give it to you no matter what. So
It's kind of got the same as like the Raleigh syndrome, where they're all like run down buildings in the ghetto, but like the magic they're cooking back there is
oh, it's
like
unreal, dude.
I don't want to know.
I don't
Like
want to
just give
know
me the
either,
food.
man.
Yeah, just give it to me.
There's like a
give it
guy
to me
taped
straight.
up with duct tape and like around his mouth in the back of the chair by the fryer. Like that's
It's
the
like
level of shadiness we're talking about at these restaurants.
Yeah, hit me with it, dude. Like just if you gotta hit me in the face, it's fine, but just tell me first.
Well, he's about to hand you the bag of food, but you see the guy gagged in the back room, and he looks at you, noticing it. He's like, "What? You gonna take the food or what, bro?" Like, have a good day, sir.
Yeah. No, Churches is good. It's been a long time, but nothing but good
Hey,
memories
there's
at
one
Churches.
nearby. We actually got to scoot over there sometime.
Yeah, dude.
Again, I've mentioned this to you before, but what makes this fried chicken tier list different than a lot of these other restaurants that are comparable is that anyone can go home and make a taco. Anyone can go home and make a burger, but frying chicken is like no one owns a deep fryer at home, like a real deep fryer. That's an expensive piece of equipment that's dangerous to own and operate. So
It's to clean too.
I really think that yeah, and to keep it clean. So I really think that Churches or just fried chicken in general, it's just hard to compare these amongst others. But no matter where we put this, all the other fried chicken places got to go beneath it.
I would give it C tier after Chipotle.
Works for me. Cookout.
It's a West Coast thing,
Never
or
had it.
more of a middle America area. I've never had it either.
I should have had Culver's by now. They literally built a new one like less than a mile away, and I still haven't
it's
had
good.
it. It is good.
It's good.
I'll take
Yeah,
your
it's
word
good.
for it. Like, how good are these burgers we're talking? Five
Culver's
Guys
is
good?
above Arby's.
Above Hardee's?
Arby's. It's above Arby's.
Above Arby's.
Yes, it is a solid burger place.
Does it seem
Like-
clean and nice? And
Oh yeah, it's like it's got like the interior of like a White Castle a little bit in a way, and their ice cream and shakes are so fresh. I used to, or I still do. I have to work on their magnetic loops as well, and like you see them working the magic. It's all freshly churned ice cream daily. It's like it's just phenomenal, and there's so much different stuff there. Their cheese, it's Wisconsin based, so it's like their Wisconsin cheese and stuff. So they got cheese curds. I think that's the thing that you would like the most there.
oh yeah,
That's like one of their-
absolutely. I'd go for that
Yeah.
for sure.
All their fried shit is on lock. Their burgers are super good.
Dang.
Like they got coupon action.
I feel
coupon
dirty
action going
putting
out in the
it-
mail.
I feel dirty putting it so high up on a list at a restaurant that I've never been to before, but the only negative thing I've heard about it was that I have a friend of mine whose grandma ordered a salad and there was a worm in it. And that was huge drama.
I've got some opinions on salad games too. I don't have any on Culver salad. It's all about the burgers and the fried food and the milkshakes there. So
Yeah.
they
Works
rep
for me.
that shit. Coupon game is strong. Good experiences. The people there are always super friendly. They're all over the place now. They used to be kind of like a white whale here in West or Midwest, but
Midwest.
like, yeah.
I feel
But
like,
it's good now.
I feel like with everything that we have reviewed and we're going to review, it's pretty much coming from either the value menu or like the combo or what you go there, like what everyone usually goes there for point of view. Very rarely is in any of these going to be like, yeah, I went to IHOP and got the salad, kind of like perspective. And it's the best salad ever. So that's why it's S tier. Like,
Yeah.
no.
There are some sleepers on a lot of these menus though, so you gotta just
Sure,
call
we'll
them
find
out.
out. Yeah, we'll find out. Never been to
Del
Del
Taco, it's a West Coast thing.
I've never had
Never
it.
had it. It's like the alternate. From what I understand, it seems like the slightly higher quality version of Taco Bell,
Oh, man.
where it's a little bit quote unquote more authentic and more like Latino. But it's just fast food tacos, so it's
oh,
just
man. Denny's.
I for a split second, just seeing the Denny's logo made my stomach hurt. But and I considered putting it just for 1 millisecond lower than Burger King, but Burger King is
I
just the
wouldn't let you do
trash.
that. I
So
wouldn't let you do Denny's that bad. I wouldn't let you do Denny's that dirty.
and that's the thing is I know people who like Denny's. I think you
Oh
might be kind
no.
of like half of one.
Oh no, Denny's is just something that like fuels the personal vices inside of you because of the fact that it's 24 hours. And I've had some crazy experiences in Denny's at like
Yeah,
3 a.m.,
dude.
dude.
Well,
And
it's
they
like
don't
a
care.
worse version, and it's hard to say this because I didn't. It's hard to scrape the bottom of the barrel even lower, but it's like I'd much rather go to a Waffle House than a fucking Denny's.
Well, I mean, we'll have to get to that. I'm pretty sure it's on the list. Oh yeah, it's right there.
What is your what is your opinion?
So
Which one would you?
with Denny's, it was something that like when I was a child, it was always just trash and I never really liked it. But when I got older and like partying became a thing and just college life in general, like it had your
Yeah,
back. Like don't go there
yeah,
expecting a family setting. Denny's is best when you've been doing sinful stuff all evening and it's got your back and it doesn't call the cops. Denny's don't call the cops,
yeah.
bro.
Well, yeah. They if you're strung out on whatever and you roll into a Denny's,
Top D
they'll
tier.
treat you
I'm
well.
going top D tier. What do you think?
That's fine.
Uh,
Yeah, that's fine.
all right.
Domino's? Okay,
Domino's.
I got mad raps on Domino's.
Dude, let's hear it, man.
Okay, so Domino's was the absolute butt of the joke for the last, not the last, but for about
Yeah,
20 years.
yeah.
Domino's was always seen as the problem child, and I think what, from my understanding, it had a lot to do with management because of it was more like it was more franchised out rather than corporate.
Yeah,
Unless I'm
are you like
misunderstanding
talking
that.
about like that 10-year complete overhaul that they had?
Yeah, it was about what was it, 5, 10 years ago.
Oh, probably more than
Ever
that.
ever since that moment, they turned that shit around. And I will go up to bat for Domino's Pizza now because not only is their crust the best crust in town by default now, Papa John's had to retaliate for
They
the
do.
Domino's comeback with the garlic crust because it's a default on all the Domino's now. And Domino's has insane fucking deals for the price of some of these hamburgers that you can go out and get, even in the B tier list with like some cheaper food. You can go to Domino's with a carryout, large pizza, $7. A whole fucking
Yeah,
pizza, and
okay.
it's not some little Caesars cardboard nonsense, which I know we'll get there when we get there.
You
But
actually got me some points on that because Domino's is one of the first pizza places that is like, "Hey man, if you order from us and you pick it up, you're going to get an insane deal from it."
yeah, and they got the coupon game too. So it's like, dude, Domino's stepped it the fuck up over however many years. It's probably you're probably right, more like close to a decade now. But ever since that moment, they went Super Saiyan, and they have not looked back since.
The
And their appetizer stuff, not bad, dude. Their breadsticks and their sweet stuff, pretty fucking good.
I think that
Very affordable. It's the every man's pizza place.
I'm kind of letting you run the jewels on this one a little bit, but I think that their pizza is good, but incredibly
It's cheap.
greasy because of that butter that
Yep.
they put on the crust. It is so
Yes.
oily buttery. It is like it's like
It's
a pizza that puts you to sleep after two pieces.
yeah, you get the itis. Yep. And that's the thing is like some of the cheaper you get, the greasier it's going to be, and how you have to eat it upon contact. Like you have to eat it in your
Pretty
car,
fresh. For sure.
or like you step away. If you drive 5 minutes on the road, you'll be all right, maybe 10 tops. But you really like farm fresh to table. You got to eat that shit like fast. So
Um,
I'd give it let's see here, definitely in the C.
all right,
Uh,
that's fair. I'll give it to you.
but I'm trying to decide on where it's definitely better than Hardee's. It's hard to compare chicken to pizza, and then I mean, if you look at the
Well,
C
you
list,
know,
it's burrito next to chicken next to pizza. So
I think it's just more overall what we like, but then you break down if it's a pizza place, a Mexican place, or a burger place, and kind of go from
it's
there.
true. Yeah, you have
Um,
to look at them for their own
I don't know.
genres within the tier
I
list.
could see me kind of swapping this up a little bit, but your opinion is valid only because whenever Zoe and I look at each other and we're like, "Oh, it's pizza time," Domino's isn't usually the first thing that comes to mind whatsoever.
Yeah, with you guys though, you're in a sticky spot because there's not one that's like super close.
Yeah.
But dude, if I lived right down the street, which I do, right down the street from Domino's, if I didn't have the coupon game for Papa John's, I'd be going to Domino's.
Word. Well, I think it's okay where it's at then.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll,
no.
I'll, I'll let you go first here because I'm gonna destroy your hopes and dreams. So you might as well just get them out right now.
Well, I'm gonna hold steady feet on this one because I won't let you knock me down a peg. DQ, good
Yeah.
old, nothing special about it. They don't really go out of the way in saying we've got a special Southwest Mexican like burger with jalapenos and chipotle ranch and everything. Like, no, they're just like, hey, we got double cheeseburgers, we got chili dogs, we got french fries and cheese curds. What's up? Because it's an ice cream place, and most of my
Yeah.
experiences with DQ is that I don't really get the ice cream that much, like at all. If I do go to DQ, I really am getting cheap Americanized burger and cheese curds. Usually when I go there, I literally only get chicken tendies and cheese curds. That's pretty much what I always get. That or the dogs. But I've had about everything on their dinner menu.
If they don't taint it, then their popcorn shrimp's not bad either.
It's pricey though, actually, and I guess if you were trying to bring in the argument of price to quality and quantity ratio, DQ is almost a treat in that regard. Because I
Yeah.
mean, like it's gonna be more expensive than Burger King on their burger game, and like after the combo is all done, you're gonna be spending at least $7-8 on like a smaller burger.
Oh, more like 10 to 12, bro, for sure.
Yeah, their chicken
But
tendies are like 7.80.
so for me, DQ is probably one of the worst places in terms of food quality with their burgers. I can stomach a burger and not like get the bubble guppies later. But DQ, there's something about it, dude. There's something in there that just fucks my stomach up bad.
I'm thinking top of D tier right now.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that redeemed, I would even be better at above Carl's Jr. At the C tier because even though
Mm,
they're, in my opinion, their beef game is shite, their chicken and fried stuff's not too bad in terms of like the actual food stuff, but their ice cream is really good. Most people don't even
true,
know the secret menu at DQ. There is a secret
true.
menu. And the problem that most people come across when trying to justify making a purchase of a smoothie, ice cream, milkshake, whatever, is that they don't know the cool shit that you can do. Okay, first of all, I got to bring up something else before I even dive into that. Their freezer game is on lock. You can go buy 5 dilly bars and get a deal. You can go
It's
buy
true.
a small, large, medium-sized cake that will fucking
Oh,
slam at a birthday party.
that's true.
It
You know what
will,
I'm saying? Because it's like birthday. Maybe like you're showing up and you didn't have the birthday cake ready. You can go to DQ right then and there and get cake now.
and
Immediately.
and
Ooh,
and this is the segue
that is
I was trying to
true.
bring up is that fudge crunch in between the layers of the cake, that
Yep, yep,
delicious
yep.
nectar of the
Oh, I know what you're
gods.
talking about. The crunchy, the fudge
The
crunch.
secret menu unlocks that for every single item. So you're getting a milkshake, add the crunch fudge. Put it in there. They'll do it. If you get a cone, you can get the fudge crunch lathered on the outside of the exposed ice cream. And it literally takes it up a notch, as you can imagine.
If I
Most
could
people who most people who eat ice cream cake, they just eat the fudge and then skip the cake. Like they just skip the ice cream. You know what I mean? They just want the fudge crunch.
if I can jump in really quickly, not all DQ is a grill and chill, so not every DQ has the
Sure.
option of the grill. Where most of my experience comes from. The other one being that if you are someone listening to this and you worked at a Dairy Queen, I am sorry, because never work in ice cream. You will leave sticky with terrible managers, and the restaurants are usually incredibly small. So these people are working around really tight quarters and with a range of environments of hot and cold. I don't
Yeah.
want to put it above Carl's Jr. simply because of the fact that I feel strong that if you bought a burger for the same price at Dairy Queen and Carl's Jr., the Carl's Jr. one is going to be bigger, better, and cheaper than a Dairy Queen one.
See, my argument for that, or my opinion on that exact argument is, I think I would enjoy eating the Dairy Queen burger because it would taste better, but it'd
No,
probably kill. It'd take a year off my life if I did it.
no.
I'd
Carl's
still rather eat the DQ than the fucking dude.
sounds like you need to try a Hardee's again, man. We need to go to Hardee's sometime.
Yeah, we need to have a fucking
We do
review,
redemption
bro.
on that.
Like sesh, we need to get in there. Yeah,
The crazy
and
chicken.
that's another West Coast thing, man. I think it's along this. I think, and I'm probably wrong because I've never been
I
there.
never
It's
had
not,
it.
from
Sounds
what
like
I understand, it's kind of like down the road of Del Taco, where it's like a one step higher than the Taco Bell experience. They're trying to be a little bit more than Taco Bell,
so it's a taco
but
place then.
yeah, it is. Yeah, or Mexican food,
Cool, cool.
generic American Mexican food. So
Crazy
it's
chicken
not
kind
even
of
real.
gives me like fried chicken vibes.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably do. It's probably just an everything chicken. It's kind of like probably a little bit of both Mexican cuisine and also well, cuisine, more like Mexican food mixed with fried chicken. I don't know. Never had it.
I think we're gonna go to about maybe Jack in the Box. Then I'm gonna cut the recording, and then we'll keep it going, just for sake of saving everything and integrity purposes. But let's roll into Firehouse Subs. I've had it twice. What do you think?
It's another hot sandwich place, and the pastrami is good.
Cool, cool.
As a Hebrew
like
man,
pastrami.
that pastrami man, dude, it's pricey, but
I
it's
like-
good.
I like pastrami too. I remember when it first opened up, I was on a break at work, and I was like, another coworker earlier that day was talking about Firehouse, and I was like, all right, I'll fuck around, I'll go there. And I think
You look like a meatball guy.
I did. This is exactly what I got. I got the meatball marinara, and I think it was just okay. You know, the only thing that comes to mind in meatball marinara in a fast food setting would be Subway, and it was definitely better than Subway's. And I think I don't even think it was really that expensive. I think it was like $7.12, like $7.12, and this is back in like 2014. So
I gotta give them a little extra point too because they do rep a very good cause. You gotta love your firemen.
true,
I'd
that's
I'd
true.
much rather run towards a fireman than
Hell
run
yeah.
towards a cop.
that's what's up. That's what's up. But maybe around better than Denny's.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Better
dude.
than
I would
Denny's.
even say better than DQ and Hardee's, but that's just me.
Oof. Man, that C tier's looking. You know, if we're too generous with the C, then the D has no meaning.
We'll just bump
Nor,
them
nor
down.
does the F. I know we might have to readjust here in a minute.
I would much
Oh,
rather
I've had more Dairy
eat
Queen
at Firehouse.
experiences. I've only had Firehouse twice, so I can't really do it. I can't do DQ and Carl's like that.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Oh man, Five Guys.
Five Guys burgers and fries, man. If you want to spend
Bro.
$20 on a hamburger, you got it.
That's what everybody says. I disagree.
I just went there the other day, and
What'd you get?
I didn't eat because I value my money. Even though I like the product that they sell, I love the customization of the
It's
burger.
not that bad. You can get. I think people go there. They go to Five Guys and they get more than what they have the stomach for, and for that they spend too much money.
I think the real ripoff is the fries in terms of price. You get a fuck ton of them though.
That's
But
why you
it's-
just get it with the homie. You just get it with
Yeah.
a friend and you share it.
Well, and
Share
that's
the
the thing is like the Five Guys is a good place to go to share, but when you talk about going to a restaurant to eat, you don't want to have to think about how much welfare you're going to have to pay to your friend
Well-
just to eat there.
Well. If you're a single customer at Five Guys, you know, just not even getting like the double cheese, just the single cheeseburger qualifies
cheese.
you for the unlimited topping. So, and realistically, if you're only eating for yourself on a quick lunch break, you don't even need the fries. Just single burger with cheese, go crazy on it, and that's gonna be way more than enough. And that's only like $5.99.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, but if from my perspective, if you're trying to get the full experience of a hamburger with fry plus drink, that's a $12 meal plus. Like
A lot
even
of
if
these,
you
though-
do what?
I mean, like a lot of these though, like Chipotle to me is a $12 spot. Church's is a $20 spot. You know, if you're actually trying to get some chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken is a little bit more pricey, especially if you're doing buckets.
I think that we gotta talk about money, but we gotta talk about the money to the quality of the product.
Quality
ratio.
is there. The quality is there. I'm not trying to argue it down into D tier. I think it rests high at C tier, maybe even bottom above Chick-fil-A. That's for damn sure on D tier.
Man, I would find myself at a Five Guys before a Chick. It's about on the same tier with Chipotle with me. Like I feel like I'd be on the same iffer and on a Chipotle or a Five Guys in terms of not only price, but just how much I'm willing to spend and how much I get.
Yeah,
Five Guys is
for me,
busted.
it
Best
always
burgers,
comes down to
dude.
price.
Best burgers, dude.
Yeah, not, for the price point,
What you got on Better Burgers?
Wendy's.
Dude,
I
you
say
can-
that with a straight face.
Man, that's true. But I mean, and because I know you're a big fan of that combo 4 for 4, but I'm kind of like a single product of high quality kind of guy. Like I could go to
Yeah.
Five Guys, I'm gonna get that double cheeser, might even splurge and get the bacon, so we're maybe looking at like an $8 or $9 product, and I'm getting
if-
mushrooms, lettuce, A1,
Yeah.
like onion,
Yeah.
like I'm going nutso.
The thing is
I'm
I'm dancing on the edge of the blade between putting it at the bottom of B tier above Chick-fil-A or the best
Ooh.
in the best tier, just because if I take money out of the equation, it's in the best.
I know,
If I
man.
add reality back to the sauce,
Dude, let's go.
it's literally the cost of it all to get the full experience is so fucking high that it it knocks it down because I'm about money. You're about money. You can't eat unless you got money,
That's true.
right?
Exactly. No, right,
So
right, right.
so like if we're taking money out, it's in the best because in terms of food quality, preparation, freshness, toppings, customization, fries, and drink. Plus, you get peanuts if you're into that kind of shit. It's
Man,
up there.
okay, so going to Five Guys and money wasn't an option because maybe I was with my mom and my dad and I was younger and I was able to get whatever I want and not pay for it. I always left Five Guys miserable and so happy. Miserable because my stomach was about to explode, and happy
Yeah.
because I just had the best burger of my fucking life. So for that, I'm okay with putting it around the Chick-fil-A bottom of B tier. Maybe even better than Chick-fil-A.
It's
Let's
definitely
go
better
here.
than Chick-fil-A.
Dude, let's go here.
Yeah,
I'm liking
it's
that.
definitely better than Chick-fil-A. And one last thing to add is that their Franks are fire.
They're hot dogs?
Yeah.
Bro, never even tried it. You just unlocked a whole new that like next time I go there, I'm getting
If
dogs. I'm a dog
if
boy.
if you wanna if you have to eat hot or if you have to eat Five Guys on literally no budget, you're gonna eat the hot dog with peanuts. Like that's the poor man food, and that's okay because it's delicious. I think it's $1.99 or $2.99 for a hot dog. Plus, you get to unlock toppings.
Unlock of toppings is big for me on that.
I'm almost certain of it.
IHOP, bro.
IHOP is better than Denny's, and it's better than Waffle House.
Really?
Yes, their pancakes are actually good. Their food sucks, but but the
I don't
pancakes and the waffles
I kind of
pretty good.
I kind of refuse to want to put it higher than a Denny's though, bro. Just I feel like I'm not like a big on breakfast person, like I kind of am,
Me neither.
but I'm not like a
I'm not.
pancake breakfast person. I'm more like a skillet, eggs,
Yeah.
hash
Yep.
browns, like go crazy
Yep.
kind of thing. So
Yep. Skillet all the
the
way.
fact that they have pancakes in their name, I'm just like, I'm not a big pancake guy. And I feel
Yeah.
like every time I've
It
been
comes
there,
down to personality.
like not to like flag this video if I upload it or anything, but like I feel like every time I've been to IHOP, these waiters want to kill themselves, dude. Like it's always
Yeah.
these people that just absolutely hate what they're doing, and it doesn't add to the ambiance whatsoever, like it does with other places, like maybe a Waffle House or like a Rally's. Like this IHOP experience is just,
Well, and I think the reason you might feel that way, talking about ambiance, is because IHOP, when you walk into an IHOP, they try to act like they're an actual restaurant.
yeah. And then you
When
get
you go to
drink.
Waffle House, dude, you're coming up to like an old school greasy place. Everyone knows what this is. We see you over there cooking it.
And
It's like we all are in the right mindset. IHOP tries to, especially when they did that stupid ass
yep, the
promotion where they're
burgers.
like,
Yep,
IHOP,
yep.
get the
I
fuck
remember
out of
that.
here. You suck at
Let
everything
me let
except for the
me
one thing that you're known for.
let me throw this up. Google the prices. Double blueberry pancakes, something that I would be interested in, $6.79. And at this location of IHOP, you have to tip. It's not like something that you can go in
Yep.
and just get it. You have to sit down. Maybe if they have a wait, like if you walk into IHOP and they tell you straight to your face it's a 20-minute wait, are you gonna walk out that door?
Yeah.
I'm walking out that door.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I'm
That's what
talking,
I'm saying. They try to act like they're a real restaurant when we both know what this is.
dude. I'm
Like
thinking.
I'm shaking you down for some shitty pancakes, and I'm gonna be fat, and they're filled with sugar, and they don't taste real, but they taste good.
I'm thinking better than Burger King F tier or bottom of D.
Bottom of D. I,
That works for me.
yeah. Yep. That's fine.
In and out. I've never had it. It
I
looks
had
great
it
though.
I had it 2 years ago in Las Vegas,
Is it better
or
than
two
Burger
or
King?
3 years ago. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It tastes like food. Yeah. It tastes
Good.
like food, but it's really expensive and it's so overhyped. It's other than maybe what's the other one? In and Out and what's the other one on the West Coast that everyone shits the bed for? Shake Shack, which is now over here with us.
Oh, right, right.
Super overhyped, hella overpriced. The only thing about their menu that I like is there are some cool customizations you can do, uh, and it's very simple. It's a very simple menu. It's
Um,
burgers and fries, maybe another one or two fried things like rings or whatever, maybe mozz.
I'll
But
let
it's a very streamlined menu, and I can respect that because if I were to make a food truck or do something like that, it would be a super streamlined menu.
I'm gonna let you set the tier on this, but to amplify my opinion on In and Out that I've never even had before is that it sounds like they actually pay and they have a really progressive pay for their employees. Like they want
That's
people to
good.
stay. I could be totally wrong on this, but I remember like years ago just seeing signs where it's like work at In and Out, make good money. Like we're talking 15 plus years ago. Like they want you to stay. So
And
yeah.
if that And if that is the reason for the higher price in the food, I'm totally okay with it. Because
Cool.
like I'd rather pay for more money for the same product with a happy employee rather than grind you to pieces and
True.
then take the money. You know what I mean?
So what are you thinking?
I'd say C. I mean, I'd put it way above Carl's Jr., but that's just the point of contention for me and
Mm,
you. I don't even think DQ and Carl's Jr. should even be in C tier. So I'm gonna, if I ever put anything in C tier, I'd always put it above those two. But
well, I mean, I respect your opinion. If you think it's better, I know the hype's all there. We'll put it up there. That's fine.
that seems about right to me.
All right, so we'll do Jack in the Box real quick, and then I'll cut the video and we can just jump right back into it. Won't even have to leave the call. But Jack in the Box.
Jesus Christ.
We used to
Jesus
have
fucking
one. We
Christ.
used to have one, and I was a dummy with my mother, and we waited in the long line that wrapped around the building twice with a police escort to make sure no
Yep.
shady business went down.
No fights broke out at the fucking Jack in the
Yeah.
Box.
They were one of
I
the
was
first.
right there with you.
They were one of the first restaurants to have like self order, which I think is kind of cool. Like you could when you
Yeah,
walked in.
touchscreen. Yeah.
So they were kind of ahead of the jump at that. I remember I was like $1 taco. I'm all over that, and it was like the
Me
most.
too.
It was like the most $1 taco you've
Yeah.
ever seen in your life. Like,
Bro, I take a bare bones crunchy taco with no added stuff from Taco Bell over that shite that I put in my mouth from fucking Jack in the Box. Jesus Christ, it was disgusting.
it was
It somehow
pretty-
tasted fried and microwaved at the same time.
That's a good way to put it.
It was
I-
disgusting.
I got a premium item from Jack in the Box. It was like a sourdough mushroom Swiss burger, and I remember it wasn't really that good. And I think I paid like $6 for it, maybe 7 with the combo. And it was when I was just younger and I had a job, and I left just unsatisfied for sure. I was like, man, I bought the premium quality product, and like I still left with my head low.
Okay, so get this right. Jack in the Box is like a confused fisherman. He goes out into the ocean and casts a wide net and catches nothing. It sucks at everything that it does, but it has so many fucked up menu items.
It does.
They try to ride that like meme train too much. They put in bacon in the milkshake and like all that stuff. That is fucking vile. And aside from the 10 people across this entire country who order it just you get the fuck out of here. And I hate their commercials and I hate their mascot. I hate
their
everything about
commercials,
Jack in the
and I
Box.
hate their mascot too. And for us personally, the restaurant did fail as well. So I mean,
Yeah, they
it's
came
not
to
just
town and got
us.
kicked the fuck out, dude. Because after that first feeding frenzy of a week where they probably paid for the
They
building,
didn't last long. No.
no, because everyone saw the sauce. It was
Maybe
disgusting.
maybe lower than Burger King. I'm kind of feeling honestly. Like at least Burger King stuck around.
No. No, it tasted like something. It's above Burger King. It was food.
I'm still thinking F tier though.
Oh, absolutely. It sits comfortably
I
right
hear
next
that
to
they're-
Burger King.
I hear that their breakfast menu is pretty bussin'. I think that some
hear
people
it.
that are listening to this would argue that their their breakfast menu is pretty good. I'm not the kind of
Anyone
person that goes out and I think, fast food breakfast.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not a big breakfast eater,
Me
and,
neither.
and let alone a fast food breakfast, unless you're in like an airport. But like anyone who tries to justify, aside from maybe McDonald's is the only one because their breakfast has been around for so long. It's a huge part of their identity.
Yeah, we'll get to
Aside
that.
from aside from McDonald's, anyone who tries to justify the quality of a restaurant based on their breakfast
Alone,
in terms
yeah.
of like a tier list alone, get the fuck out of here.
I-
Most of these menus don't even exist for 24 hours in the day or even more than 80% of their open time. So I'm not going to rush around and try to eat a fucking hard ass biscuit with a frozen patty of sausage on it and then be like, "Oh, thank you, daddy. Spit on me again." Like get the fuck out of here.
As somebody who's really big into workers' rights as well, I see so many restaurants that are just run by these big wigs up top. They're like, you know what, we could extend restaurant hours by introducing a breakfast. So now these people that were working there are like, oh God, now I got to show up at 6 a.m. now and work for breakfast, which no one's going to buy anyway, just because the big wigs up top want to like capitalize on like a potentially higher,
Yield
margin.
on return or whatever.
Yeah, and so just that alone, maybe it doesn't affect Jack in the Box because they've always had that breakfast, but I kind of think about like Taco Bell in that regard. It's just like, we got to get in on this breakfast money. Let's make these workers work even harder and make themselves want
We'll get
kill
there.
themselves.
We'll get there. I got opinions on Taco Bell's breakfast. I haven't. We'll get there.
We'll get there, and this is where the video is going to cut. Thank you so much
see
for
you on
listening,
part
everybody. And part 2 is going to come up. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, and we're on part 2 now, but I wanted to start part 2 by telling you a story that happened today. I needed to get I needed to get my caffeine today, right?
Yeah.
So I went to the dollar store, which is right down the street, right next to my tobacco store, so I can get my Juul pods. And I saw my first prostitute in years.
Damn.
I know. It was almost like seeing a
wow.
unicorn. I know.
I don't want to dox ourselves, but in that neighborhood, geez, that's
Surprising a
some
little
creep
bit.
up. Yeah, that's some creep up on the city there.
I mean, I haven't seen my last prostitute since like Terre Haute, but yeah, she was mugging at me when I like got out of my car and like went inside the dollar store to get my caffeine and a few other things. And like when I went into the Juul Pod store, she was looking me up and down like I had money, which if you know what I drive and how I dress, this impressed this woman because she was like looking me up and down like, "Hey, baby." I'm like, "Oh god."
I'm not trying to say you're rabble or anything,
No,
but
not
the
at
people
all.
that
But I mean, I'm not driving a Benz. Like, fuck.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is that from the neighborhood she's probably from, which is to the east quite a
know.
ways, you're looking like a hot John, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
You actually have all your teeth.
I know. I like held on to my Adidas bag a little closer, and I was like, "I have a woman. I don't know you."
Yeah, what is that, King of the Hill?
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know you.
Anyway, I saw a unicorn today. It was pretty crazy.
That's funny.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's is probably one of the best up there with Penn Station with the hot subs game.
Yeah, they do have hot subs. You're right.
They're not. Well, I don't want to act like a what's the word, connoisseur or anything, but I have eaten Jersey Mike's a good handful of times in my day, and
Better than
they've got a
Bumpy.
meat. Oh yeah. It's in C tier somewhere. If I had to choose one between Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's,
Oh.
if I'm feeling a hot sandwich, I'm going to Jersey Mike's. If I'm feeling cold cuts, I'm going to Jimmy John.
Okay, then that's fair. Cause no way I'm gonna be putting Jersey Mike's under Jimmy.
No. Or you mean above Jimmy?
Yeah, above Jimmy, cause Jimmy John's is better in my opinion.
They've got a. Oh yeah, on the whole, I would agree. But they've got a really solid what's it called? The steak with the peppers and the cheesesteak.
Yeah, just kind of like a Chicago beef or whatever.
Their cheesesteak is actually pretty lit, and their bread's really fresh.
Well, we got to look at what we got on the tier already. We got Firehouse and Blimpie. Is it better than Firehouse? Ooh, I mean, because Firehouse specializes. You know, we might have to do some adjusting here, man.
I think Firehouse has found a new home in C tier.
I think I would agree with that, and maybe put Jersey on the top of D.
Yeah.
Better than Denny's, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do better than Denny's or not.
Get the fuck out of here with Denny's, bro.
Bro, Denny's. No, man. Because think about it. Denny's got that 24
you gotta back
hours.
up off the mic. You gotta back up off the mic for a sec, homie.
Denny's got that 24-hour, dude.
It's true.
That
But we're talking about, you have to look at it within its genre. I'd much rather pull up on a Jersey than a Denny's, just in general.
I think they're comparable. But all right, I agree. We'll do better than Denny's. That's fine, because it's a compromise. So.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, if you look at the tier, like the D tier, it doesn't necessarily matter what's in front of it as long as what's in front of it is not the same genre of food. So it's like comparing Denny's to Jersey Mike's is literally impossible. But as long as Denny's is in front of whatever that's in the same category, it doesn't really matter.
So Jimmy John's. I really enjoyed this restaurant a lot, actually, and I find myself.
They got so much good shit at Jimmy John's.
I find myself, out of everything that I'm seeing that we've listed and haven't listed yet, I actually go to Jimmy John's probably more than a lot of them. Whenever Zoe and I go out to eat, or whenever we order food, which we don't do often at all, Jimmy John's is actually one of the things that is one of the first things that comes to mind to us, because they do deliver. It's fast as shit when they deliver. There's one right down the street, and Zoe enjoys it, so it gets bonus points that my wife likes it.
Dude, the Little John is like the most amazing thing in terms of a value menu that you could have possibly think of.
That's true. They do have a bussin' ass like value menu, but I never get the value menu because I have to get the same thing every time. I can't even stray away from it.
Their tuna's on fire.
Dude, I'm like,
I don't give a fuck about what these stupid assholes say about the whole Jimmy John's conspiracy with the tuna not being tuna. It's fucking tuna, you idiots. And if you think that your little pea-sized lizard brain is going to make a distinction between artificial tuna or real tuna. Even if that were the case, you're a fucking idiot because you'll probably go right down to Subway and eat the same slop. So it's like it tastes good. It doesn't matter what it is. It is tuna, first of all, so that's all just debunked. But it's their shit is on fire. It's good and it's cheap.
Yeah, let's talk
I
about
put it.
the
I put it in B above Chick-fil-A.
dude.
It's the best. It's on average. It's the best cold sandwich. Like it's the best cold sandwich.
I'm feeling the same way just because I want to branch out on the Jimmy John menu, but every time I have the I treat myself to it, I always just like, ooh, I already know what I want. I want to get that Italian nightclub. It's got the oil, it's got the peppers, got to get the spicy peppers. I hear great things about their tuna. Again, haven't had it yet. Love
The
Jimmy
thing that
John's.
most people sleep on that they don't even know is on the menu is that they actually have bread loaf and it's a wheat bread.
Yes,
And
they
if you
do.
get your normal sandwich that you get, just put it on that,
On
and
the wheat?
yeah, it's soft, it's pillowy, it's delicious, it's nice and malleable, and it chews well, it goes down and smooth, man. Like
I
the only thing that sucks about Jimmy John's is that they got rid of the sprouts for obvious reasons, and I feel sad for that. Some people don't like the sprouts anyway, but I really did.
I really
I don't
feel
want to eat
like
them anymore, but
I haven't made this point with any of the other restaurants. Maybe something else that could come into this argument would be maybe Rowley's, but I really feel like you definitely pay for what you get. Like when I drive up to a Jimmy John's and order and leave with it, you're getting so much for that $7.99 that you paid. Like I always leave satisfied in terms of like what I get, what I paid for, and how much and stuff.
I would put if
Happy.
there was a customer service tier list, it would go up there with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, the people that work there are usually dope too.
Fast, it happens right in front of you. You see it all. They don't give you a hard time. Their menu, even though it's written and really hard to read, it's actually a really streamlined menu.
It is.
Uh, it looks terrible. It's very poorly presented. It's kind of hard to read, and those old folks will have to pull out the readers. But like,
And maybe, and when it comes down to like, if you worked here tier list, I've known a lot of people that work at Jimmy John's that leave with money
Yep.
for sure. Like that definitely leave with money for sure. Like they're getting paid. I don't know how much.
And
There's probably better options, but I know that they're happy.
this is not something that factors into any of my opinions on where they place in the tier list. But we've had a conversation about your opinion on a place to eat, like kind of like what we're talking about now, from the perspective of someone who works there.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to do whatever you want with the food in the kitchen. And I think Jimmy John's would be one of those places that would be S tier if you work there because you can make it
Yeah,
however
crazy
the fuck you
sandwiches.
want. Yeah, and like you could really get in and make some nonsense that is just like such next level. It would be insane.
Well, can we talk about Jollibee? I'm dying to talk about Jollibee. Can we get to the Jollibee?
Don't know.
Okay. So you've never had it
Jollibee.
before?
I don't even know where it is.
I want to make a mecca to go to Jollibee. Like I want to make the pilgrimage to a Jollibee. I've never had
You
it
know-
before.
Yeah.
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 I've never had it before. I have done like research on it. Like I've looked up YouTube videos. I've actually gone to their website and just looked at detailed breakdowns of their menu, and it's just fascinating to me. It's almost as if they made American food that was written by like a 5-year-old. They were like, "Yeah, this is what kids want. Like this is what Americans eat." It's like spaghetti with hot dogs in it and shit, and like little pieces of fried chicken. Like, but it's a
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a Filipino establishment.
Yeah. Yep,
And-
I heard that too.
I'm pretty sure it's incredibly cheap, or not incredibly cheap, but it's like as much as you want to really pay for. You can get like very mid-tier price and get like good food from it because they have fried chicken, and it's just unique. Like it's just super unique, and
Jesus Christ, spaghetti and fried chicken? Like what the fuck?
it's pretty crazy. It's pretty out there. They have like a pineapple burger and stuff, and I don't see anybody else in fast food tier putting pineapple on burger like that. It's like grilled pineapple.
Unfortunately, it's got to go in the never had category, but I do want to try it.
I'm putting it up at the top tier because I'm excited to try it. So it's like the top
Yeah,
tier I've never had.
yeah.
I want it so
It-
bad.
I just gotta say, I love the mascot, but it is terrifying at the same time. And whenever I see Jollibee and that little fucker on that mascot page,
Don't
like
look
that guy
at me,
looking at us
eyes.
right now,
Don't look at him.
he reminds me of the Bumblebee tuna cans.
I could see that actually. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, it's creepy. I like it. He's got that like rape face on him, like old school Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, they probably have an
And-
old mascot that they refuse to update for the modern times.
I mean, I respect that. I respect it.
KFC.
Moving on.
I know.
Low D. Low D.
Low D. I mean,
Low D. Enough said.
what's our? I mean, I don't know. Do we want to go in on this, like on why? Because
Yeah.
I would agree with
Yeah.
you. I don't think it's really that good either.
They have one redeeming item, and it is the chicken bowl with the mashed potatoes and corn.
I think
You know what I'm talking about?
I think my redeeming quality for KFC, I do know what you're talking about, is if you can find a KFC with the buffet.
Dude, I wouldn't trust it as far as I could throw it, and I can throw a chicken wing pretty far.
Well, let's go maybe above Jack in the Box.
It's not F tier. It's
not,
comfortable at the bottom of D tier. Probably, it's definitely behind A&W.
Yeah, that works for me.
But it's much higher. I've only had Bojangles once,
Yeah,
and
I couldn't
Blimpie I've
say
only had once or
that's
twice.
true. I mean, if you've only had it once and I've never had it, we at least got to put KFC above Bojangles.
I think it's above Blimpie too.
I'd agree with that. I've never had
You
it.
can, most people can find something at KFC that reaches their sensibilities because their menu is very vast. At least from, I mean, I ate it like last year, and all I got was the chicken. I got the Nashville hot chicken strips, and it was an abomination. But the chicken was good.
They had
Like the chicken was fine. It was just the preparation of the food was trash.
I don't. Okay, well, there was one time because KFC was actually something that my dad and I would go and get a lot whenever like mom wasn't looking, essentially. And
It's nostalgic for a lot of people.
it was funny because like my dad and I were coming back from like splitting wood, and he's like, don't tell Carol that we're doing this," and we like pulled into a KFC, and he had a relationship with the woman running the register, like they were on like a first name basis, and she just gave my dad like a bunch of free chicken.
Damn,
I
dude.
know. Don't tell the wife. Don't tell the missus.
Bradley, hopefully Carol doesn't hear this
I know.
video. We might have to go to counseling or therapy or
Oh
something.
no. Little
Love you,
Caesars.
Brad. Love you, Brad. Get that shit out of here.
Dude,
I'll
Little
let you take
Caesars-
it from here.
Little
I'm
Caesars-
gonna have to DQ you here, and I'm gonna knock you down. But go ahead.
Little Caesars pissed me the fuck off, dude. I used to be a Little Caesars fan guy, and
Yep.
you know, I like to think that they slapped on that like label of inflation on increasing their prices, which I think is
Yep.
bullshit because they never even met in the middle. Usually in terms of like inflation happening, you know, you raise the product value up a little bit and then also raise the price too to like meet in a middle. But no, they just said fuck that. Here's the exact same pizza that you were paying $5 for, and now you're paying $7.99 for it. And I got Little Caesars. I got a fresh and ready sausage pizza after work because I was craving pizza, and it's on the fucking way. And
Yeah.
I get home. Zoe's not here yet. I bit into it, and I almost chipped my tooth on a bone in the sausage, dude.
Damn.
Like
It's like cartilage.
I looked really hard at my tooth. Everything's fine up in there, and but like it hurt for 2 days. It hurt for 2 days.
You bit into a rock.
And this was after the fact that they raised the price. So like I was like, I'm gonna get that hot and ready sausage. They gave it to me, and he's like, that's gonna be $8.20. I'm like, $8.20?
Yeah.
The fuck you mean $8.20? They're like, oh yeah, inflation. I'm like, get that shit out of here. And I open up the box. It's same sausage pizza that I've ordered before with the bone in the meat. Get that shit out of here. I'm pissed off.
I think for my money,
For my
put it in
money,
F tier.
F
Yeah,
tier,
F
dude.
tier.
I agree. I like at this point, I don't even want to like consider this as a pizza option anymore. I don't, because I quality's always been shit. It's $5.
Now you've come around to my opinion that I've maintained for all 29 years of my life
I couldn't
with Little
complain
Caesars.
when it was $5.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I get that. You know, we're money men. We get it.
There were times where I wanted to get an invite to the party, fam, but I didn't have any supplies. You know, you don't want to show up to a party empty-handed. But I was able to go to a Little Caesars for $5 and get it accepted into any party ever in college.
Yeah, pizza in the hand is like a ticket in.
He's like, "Yo, bro, what you got?" It's like, not much, but for $10, I got 2 pepperonis. Where's the owner of the party at?" It's like, "All right, you get in."
See, for me, I'll go on my little rant now. If you need someone to talk about Little Caesars in terms of like grading it, the only thing you have to say is Little Caesars, because it just speaks for itself. Like Little Caesars is the bottom of the barrel of fast food pizza, or just pizza in general, like fast pizza. The only single redeeming quality
The
that
fact
at this
that
point,
things are hot
at
and
this-
ready.
well, I don't give a fuck how long it takes as long as it tastes good.
That's good for me, actually. I like being able to pull up and be like, "What you got, hot and ready," and that's the
That's
only
true.
thing. That's crazy for me.
I can understand that. I don't hold that opinion, but that's totally valid opinion there. But for me, with the $5 price point aside, and now that is now $7 or $8 or whatever it is, I never valued that because I want a quality product, and you can literally go right down the street and get the same price for a
Facts.
4 for 4 deal. You can get a bag of food
Yep,
with a
yep.
drink. So that's just not even on my radar. It never has been. But the thing is about Little Caesars that their side items were actually pretty fire, and they probably still are. Like their crazy bread is good. Their sweet items are pretty good too. Uh, I'm sure they got like a Cinny Mini or whatever, cinnamon bread, whatever twist. Like their garlic knot or crazy bread or whatever it is, pretty good. Like it's not bad. It's not $5, but it's not bad.
Again,
But it's
this
still that alone, that side item quality is the only thing that's taking it above Burger King. Like, and that's not saying much.
the best thing about Little Caesars is that I can be driving home from work, swerve into the parking lot because my little lizard brain was like, I want pizza now, and I don't have to call ahead. I can roll up to
Yeah.
the store and be like, I want something now, and they'll give it to you. So that alone is a really high redeeming quality. But for the price
Yeah.
point and the still same product, it's pretty bad. And I'm pretty mad about Little Caesars right now. But let's move
Yeah.
on to
Yo, fuck Little Caesars.
yeah,
Like, fuck Little
bro. It
Caesars.
pisses me off. If anyone in Little Caesars is listening to this shit, you gotta fix it, bro. Fix that price, fix that quality, and fix the bones in your fucking meat. Your pizza tastes like ass, and I never want to go back. Long John
Yeah.
Silver's.
Hold on. Little Caesars, it's funny because whenever you see those commercials, I always thought it was funny because it's like, oh, Little Caesars, blah, 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 commercial's over, and then the logo will pop up, and then the little, like, Caesar guy, he's like, pizza, pizza. That's what he says, right? He says pizza, pizza. But that's what he says, right? I just want to verify.
Yeah, he says that.
He says pizza, pizza. Okay, good. I always heard it as it's a pizza, as if he has to explain to you, the customer, what's in this box after you look at it. Because it's like, here's $5, Little Caesars, give me a pizza. He gives you a box, you open it, you say, what the fuck is this? And he has to tell you what it is because it's such trash.
I guess there's two things that I also wanted to point out to Little Caesars too is that who actually goes through the app of Little Caesars and builds a customized pizza? Like who actually is like, "Oh, I'm craving pizza today. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, baby? Maybe green peppers and mushrooms with some ham?" Like no one does that at Little Caesars. It's cheese, pepperoni, or sausage. And the people that actually customize it, you're insane. The second thing was that in the commercials that they had when the pizzas were $5, they never talked about the quality or the taste of their product. They literally were like, "Come in right now, $5 for a fucking pizza. Come on in, you pigs."
It's similar to like my argument with like Waffle House and stuff where it's like we all know what this is. Stop trying to hype it up like it's a quality dining experience because
Hey,
we all know what this is.
Hey, we'll talk. Waffle House is a waffle home, bro.
Yeah. Long John Silver's.
Long John Silver's, man. I kind of want to like talk this up. Is this actually being one of our first S tiers on the selection? Not the best of the S tiers, but
No.
I want to put it up here. Let's put this up here right now,
S
and then
tier.
talk about
Yes. S tier.
and then
Fuck yeah,
and then
dude.
let's talk about why.
For all the wrong reasons.
But no,
It's S tier for all the wrong reasons.
I think that I've been to a really nice Long John Silver's restaurant. Like I think I was in Orlando, Florida, like on vacation, and I was there, and we went to a Long John's, and it was really nice inside and completely disgusting at the same time. Like,
Yeah, it's
like the floors were fucked, but the decor was great, but like the inside was just disgusting. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, I'm getting a good product.
it's the epitome of the concept of you know what this is. It is a pressurized piece of coal that has a diamond in the center. It's we all can look at each other across the counter. I know what you're doing. I work in Long John's for the same thing, for the magnetic coils. So I've seen behind the curtain too. And what I can tell you is that it's fucking disgusting, but it tastes good if you eat it in the first 5 minutes.
I won't say the names, but I had a neighbor of mine and his close friend. They had other job interests that they were going off after, but one of their fronts that they did to also make money was that they both worked Long John Silver's as deep fryers. And in terms of employee service, they would leave with burns on their wrists constantly.
It's really dangerous.
It's really
Yep.
dangerous, and as somebody who has worked in the food industry and has been a cook behind the lines, my mom
Me too.
actually, like, I'm a full grown man. My mom still doesn't want me to be around fryers at all because I've gotten fucked up by fryers in my past
Yep.
with like third degree burns on my fingers and like a
Me
second
too.
degree on my foot, and it's bad. So
Yep.
working there, I think is really dangerous. If you're listening to this, probably shouldn't work at a Long John Silver's, but
No.
I want to compare
Bro, if
this,
you're looking for fast food fish, Long John's
dude.
got your back with the deals. They've got amazing hush puppies. Some of their side items I know you can pop off on.
Oh, bro.
I don't risk it. It's funny, right? Because we put it in S tier and we are doing nothing but dogging on it, but it's still the best fast food fish.
There's a
Like it
few
is.
there's a few things on this list that we've like labeled like Arby's where it might not be the best, but there's nothing else like it. Like Arby's, like no one else is selling a roast beef sandwich. Like no one else is selling gyros on a fast food level. Long John Silver's is like literally, dude, we're doing fish. That's what we made. Like that's what we got. But if you got to bring the woman around who doesn't like fish and she wants to get chicken, we got that too.
Chicken's not bad.
Chicken's not bad. Actually, I prefer the chicken over the cheap fish, but I never order it just because I want the cheap fish because I like it. I like fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I like fish too.
Um,
And I will say I've eaten at Long John's a bunch of times, and I know there's probably a billion people out there with anecdotal evidence how they talked about how they ate a piece of fish from Long John's and they got sick or whatever. But I feel like those people are, once again, this is the pinnacle of we know what this is. So it is shitty food. It is greasy. It is salty spittoon style, like spit in my face, daddy, and then give me the chicken, like it or the fish in this case. But like their shit is on lock. It's just if it was managed better, it could be one of the best
I want to see a
fast food
Long John's
restaurants.
comeback. I want to see a comeback.
Yeah, no, it's got the bones. The bones are good. Like just these buildings, man. Like I go into these buildings for work and it's like they are dilapidated. Like they are dilapidated and they just need to be torn down like completely. I'm not talking about taking out the chairs and making them look nicer.
No,
It's
just burn it all down.
yeah, just take it out, update everything and then attract a new customer based on the cleanliness of the building and the outlook of the building. No one goes, not a lot of people aside from fucking geriatrics go into a Long John's to sit and eat, especially not post COVID. But if you're just talking drive-through game, which is like if I had to guess, it's probably like 80 to 90% of their traffic, just make it one of those buildings where it doesn't have an interior.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it doesn't
drive-through
need
only.
it. Yeah, it doesn't need it. Like it really doesn't need it.
I guess with Long John's for me, and I mean, we can wrap it up. I
You're
have a
gonna smell
lot.
like a fish stick if you eat inside, and it's not a good experience. It's gonna make you feel sick. You're gonna be covered in oil. You need to take a shower after you eat it inside.
I have some nostalgia with this. I'd be out in the boonies with my dad in the middle of nowhere, and also it was kind of like an enabling behavior with my dad and I, where like my mom wouldn't want my dad to be eating this shit, but if I was
Dude,
there, then I was like able, I would like give him
you're the gateway drug.
the logic to make it so. Oh yeah, we went to Long John's because I had Adam with me,
Yeah,
and
dude.
I love Long John's for the fact that they have a buffet on Sundays at my local Long John's, and it's as much as you can eat fish. And we almost got kicked out just because it got to the point where we were eating so much fucking food because we were starving. We were like peeling off the breading off the fish in front of everybody and just eating only the white meat. And they were like, "Oh no, like you can't do that. You got to eat it." And we're like, "No, more fish, please." Ring the bell.
You're like Eric Cartman when he gets to KFC.
Dude, literally, just like I don't need the breading. I literally was eating like 8 fillets of the fish. I was like on like 10 and 12 at this point, because
They rely on that breading to bloat you up.
no, I want the meat, bro, and the vinegar, because you can buy the bottles of vinegar too, and I still have it in my fridge. It's good. Fish and chips. That's all I got to say
Yeah,
about it.
I'm a huge sucker for fish and chips. I always have been, and I will drown in tartar sauce. I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hush puppies are one of the most amazing soul foods to ever exist.
Go off, fam.
Yeah, their fries are good too.
McDonald's.
The definition of subpar food.
I'm thinking just straight, maybe middle of C tier or maybe top of D tier, just because of the fact it's the most average, non-offensive McDonald's ever. But it's just so expensive nowadays. Like I always go into McDonald's wanting their breakfast, and I'll very rarely ever catch it for lunch because I never really think about it. If I'm gonna be spending McDonald's money, if you look at the list of everything that we've already had, there's so many better options to get at
Yes.
McDonald's for lunch.
McDonald's is the last hope before you get into obscurity.
And
It's the gatekeeper of D tier, in my opinion,
I would agree.
because
Yeah.
in a way,
Mc-
because I'd much rather go to Jersey Mike's than McDonald's. I would not want to go to Denny's,
but
and I'd much rather eat McDonald's than KFC.
it's easier to
So,
find a McDonald's though than a Jersey Mike's.
oh
There's not
yeah,
even one around us anymore.
yeah, yeah, that's true. They're everywhere. The accessibility is there. McDonald's has absolutely failed in the last 10 to 15 years for so many different reasons. It took them how long is McDonald's has been around for a very long time. Over 50 years at this point. Yeah, since like the 70s or so.
Probably.
Maybe even earlier.
I mean, they probably started in like the 50s, but you know, they didn't get to like owning a
I saw that
restaurant and stuff.
I watched The Founder, which is a really good movie that's
I did.
based on the story on what happened with McDonald's. So you can't take it all for fact, and I'm not even trying to get into the backstory, but the fact that I'm getting as when it was created, and it was somewhere in there. But anyway, it took them over 30 or 40 years to finally fucking realize that gating off of your community and telling your customer that you have a product that they can't have, and I'm talking about the breakfast menu,
Yep.
or eating lunch during breakfast. Why would you do that to your customer? If I show up and I have money in hand and I want a fucking hamburger and it is 9 a.m., you give me that fucking hamburger. Like
Yep,
you don't
yep, I
you don't
feel
tell
that
me to
heavy,
go
actually.
away. You're an idiot. You're a moron. And the fact that it took you over 50 years to figure that out is not only mind-boggling, but it makes me think about the quality of leadership.
Go off,
And then
bro.
on top of that, they have been remodeling all their McDonald's to look like literal prisons. What happened to the days of that symbol right there, yellow and orange? What happened? We don't see that anymore. We see gray, black,
Maybe a splash of yellow.
slatted out. Fucking, where'd the play place go? Where's the color? This is supposed to be a child-friendly place. I have so many good memories in the play place,
What
even though I was licking the walls and getting pre-COVID and whatnot.
what
Piss-
brings you to
pissing
a
in the ball pit.
McDonald's? Like what,
Absolutely nothing.
so
Absolutely nothing.
when you actually find yourself at one, what do you get?
Double quarter pounder with cheese or the sausage, egg, bacon McGriddle.
Sausage, egg, and bacon. So I find myself at McDonald's purely on a breakfast reason. The hash browns are amazing, and I'll get a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin.
Most
If I
overrated
have to
fries
get-
of any restaurant I've ever eaten at.
if I have to get lunch, you know, it is just that quarter pounder because I like the onions. But again, that quarter pounder that I used to enjoy back in the day when you're an adult and you have to pay for it yourself, that's like $10, dude. It's like $11.
The
Like
Big
after you
Mac
get the
is the
combo and everything,
biggest
it's nuts.
conundrum of a sandwich I've ever seen. The Big Mac is such a shitty sandwich. I
never
don't
order Big Mac
understand
at all. Yeah.
how anyone would want to pay another $1.50 for half a bun. Like you're a fucking idiot. Mac sauce, okay, I'll give it to you. Thousand Island is delicious on meat, but just get it on the normal sandwiches. Like, what is wrong with you?
I guess we're at top of D tier on this then.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's when it comes to fast food, and I mean like true greasy fast food. McDonald's is the gatekeeper to hell. It's the last option.
I'm actually kind of liking where we're putting everything because I'm like, whoa, what makes Firehouse Subs better than McDonald's? And I was like thinking
Fresh
about
shit.
it, and I was like, wow, the fact that the food actually tastes good and it's probably, if not the same price, cheaper. Because
And you get a quality product.
a quarter pounder with cheese at McDonald's again. Correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, but it's like just the burger's $8. If you want the combo, you're at like $11.30 or more.
Yeah, they have hiked their prices
They do.
along with other places. I mean, they do have the dollar menu. It doesn't deserve to go into the hell that is Burger King. But it's not very good either. I will give it to them though.
Their
Their
drive-thru's
nuggets
fast as fuck.
their nuggets are good. Like they're super processed and typical of fast food, but like most people shit on McDonald's for a bunch of shit, but their nuggets and their tenders are good, and you can buy 20 nuggets for like $4 or $5.
Yes, you can. And again,
So-
the breakfast is good too. So,
Yeah.
Moe's.
I think that one last thing. I think McDonald's is one of the things that suffered from success because they went out there, they made a name for themselves, and they just failed to hold those qualities and those standards. So you've got a camp of people who are like diehard McDonald's people that are addicted to all the chemicals that are in the food, and they just can't break away from it because they're fat and
I've met
gross.
like 4 people that way. Yeah.
And it's like they live off this shit, but they just have to convince themselves that it's good because it's not. They're just addicted to the chemicals. And I will say one last thing, the one actual last thing, a final nail in the coffin for this fucking weird clown fuck.
I mean, I could go off on McDonald's longer too, but lay it on me.
The drinks, man. The drinks are good. Like the drinks are good. There's something that Coke hits different. That
Sprite.
that High C hits different. Like, don't fuck around with drinks, man. And drink game is a big part for me. And drink game it's just a huge it's a whole world in itself. Like I go to places
for
just
sure.
for the drinks.
I'm happy I've got you in on this argument, but just because you are a drink man, you are definitely like when you go out to get something to eat, you get the drink too.
Drinks half the meal. For me.
I kind of like
I don't
the last thing about McDonald's. Keep it quick. I like the Jerry Springer aspect of going to Terre Haute's McDonald's. I've almost been robbed going to a McDonald's. I've almost been robbed leaving a McDonald's, and I saw Jerry Springer essentially while I was in one ordering. So
Yeah.
I like that chaotic energy. It's funny.
Someone's always picking a fight at McDonald's, either in with the employees behind the counter, or the
dude.
kids in the ball pit, or someone on the toilet.
Moe's.
Bet top tier for burrito places. It goes in B or the best for me for its
See,
genre.
I've had a huge epiphany and like soul searching discovery when in terms of Mexican restaurants. And I haven't been to Moe's in a while, but if you asked me when I was 12 what the best burrito place was, I would have told you Moe's is the best.
It is, and I'll tell you why.
I don't know if I want to put it above Chipotle, but
It's so much better than Chipotle, dude.
you think
It's
so,
so
man?
much better.
What makes it better
When
than
we're-
Chipotle?
Let me tell you why it's better than Chipotle. Because A, it costs the exact same, except you get free chips and unlimited multiple salsas.
That's true. That's true. You do get the salsa bar on lock.
It's fucking insane. Like, and they will make it right. Like they make it right. It tastes good. They say welcome to Moe's when you enter, and you give them the fucking what's up look, and then you go up to that dealer and he slings you a sack. You know what I mean? And then he dumps the nugs on top with the chips. He points you over to the salsa bar. You can go up there as many times as you want. Like that's it. It's the same thing behind Five Guys, where you buy a product and you get the unlocks.
You know what? I mean, you're convincing me. Because, I mean, I'm going to let you take the reins on this one. But with Moe's and compared to Chipotle, Chipotle is like, what do they call it? Not vegan. It's natural.
Definitely
What is it?
vegan.
What is it?
Organic?
Organic. That's exactly it. Chipotle, even if it is a
got-
single price
yeah.
margin, Chipotle is organic. So I will say I leave Chipotle feeling a little better than I would leaving like a Moe's, just because of the fact that
Oh,
I get the pompousness. I get like I sniff my own farts kind of ideology. Where I'm like, oh, I feel great. I ate organic.
And see, that's why I used to like Chipotle too, because I felt like it was fresher, and they didn't do the liquid cheese and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah, I think
But-
the insides look better.
But
too.
but they do it now anyway, so it doesn't even matter
That's true.
if you're going for that aspect of it. So,
Let's put it C tier right above Chipotle then.
dude, I think Moe's is the best for its category
Ooh, I'm gonna
for the burrito game.
I'm gonna come
100%.
back. I'm gonna come back at you with Qdoba when we get to it, because I think Qdoba is my favorite.
Qdoba is a quick runner-up. That's the way I look
We'll-
at it.
we'll get
Qdoba's
to it.
amazing.
Is Qdoba even on here? Where is it? I don't even know if Qdoba's on here.
I don't see it.
Dude, that's oh no, I see it. It's right by Quiznos.
Oh yeah, that's
over
kind
here.
of weird. Yeah.
If it was my list, if anything, we could jump to Qdoba and just settle this debate right now.
Yeah, get the burrito game done with.
We kind of might as well. At first, if you asked me years ago, I would say Moe's, then Chipotle, then Qdoba. But it's like literally almost reversed flip, just because Qdoba does have a breakfast in some locations. Like they'll do a breakfast quesadilla, and that's pretty cool. Every time I go to Qdoba, I always find it to be the most affordable. It has the interior aesthetic of Chipotle with the deliciousness, non-organicness of Moe's does. You don't get that salsa unlock, unfortunately,
Ain't
but
free chips either.
that's true. You do have to pay for it.
That's the thing. The thing is even if you pay $1 more for Moe's, you get the unlock, regardless of how you look at it. I see Moe's and Qdoba as the same in terms of the guts of the burrito and the preparation. They're on the same level, but Moe's takes it to that next level with the free shit.
You know, I want to give it to you, but I don't remember the last time I've been to a Moe's, though.
I've been there a couple times in the last 6 months, and I gotta tell you, the fire is on.
Then I'm putting your hands in this one, but if it was my money, I would say Qdoba, Moe's, then Chipotle, but I'd be cool with a Moe's, Qdoba, then Chipotle.
Qdoba definitely is in B tier though.
It's better. It's better than Chipotle in my opinion, because I've got my gripes with
Yeah,
Chipotle that with things that add up. So let's do Mosware now.
best for when you put something in the best, you're saying not it's better than X, Y, and Z. It's better than all the other ones within its genre. So we're gonna have a best for the fish, the best for the burgers, the best for the burritos, the pizza. You know what I mean?
But I mean, we're also trying to keep it concise enough that you could arguably also look at this and see what we think is best from top to bottom.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
pick
So
it
like
apart, or you
within
can
the
take it
tier
at face
itself,
value.
we're gonna have to have argument.
We will.
So
Um,
I still think that Moe's goes up to best
well, I'm
for the
thinking.
burrito game.
So I've got it in B right now. I think it's better than Chipotle, or better than Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
Qdoba's better than Chick-fil-A, so I'm thinking maybe like
Oh, yeah.
this.
I would much rather go to Moe's than Jimmy John's.
So
But at this point,
we're moving up in?
we're literally talking about different genres of food.
That's cool, but
So
we still got to keep concise with overall.
I'd much rather go to Moe's or Qdoba than anything in that list in
I don't
B
know.
tier.
Five Guys is way up there for me. So what are we thinking about? Oh, how's that
Yeah.
looking? Because
I think the
Five Guys.
I haven't. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Five Guys is almost in that same category of a burrito place, even though it's not a burrito place, just because of the way that they treat you and the organization of the ordering.
Yeah.
I'm
I still think that I'm repping it hard. I think Moe's goes in the best.
whew, for B.
No, the best.
S tier?
Up. Yes. That's what I'm saying this whole time. It goes up there because it is the best burrito place.
We're doing it, fam. You earned it.
We can
You earned it.
break down the best in terms of where they fall once
okay.
we're all down.
Because I'm going to be screaming at you on things that I think belong in S tier, and you can say no. So just remember this. And you know what? Your opinions are valid, and you've put up some good arguments. So if you think this is S tier shit right up here, I'm with you, dog.
The fact that Carl's Jr. and DQ are even in C tier is a testament to me doing the same thing for you.
That's very fair. You know, I'm nostalgia. I think I put some good points up to it, though.
Anyway, moving on.
Dude, I feel very passionate about Noodles and Company. What are your thoughts
Me too.
on it?
I've got a hot take on the noodles.
I literally almost want to put it into S tier for a reason.
No,
I
no,
really do.
no.
Whoa. Oh, I was saying for the good. I was saying everything that I was saying because I feel positive about Noodles and Company. What are your thoughts?
It's overpriced garbage you can make better at home, bro.
Mm,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you
Yeah,
thinking?
it's
no, hold on. I'm going to take your argument. What do you
Yeah.
think is overpriced and something you can make at home at Noodles? Because
buttered noodles.
That's something you shouldn't be ordering, bro. That's something you shouldn't be ordering.
The random what is it? Like the rice noodles with just some pad thai
Get outta
sauce that you
here.
can buy at Walmart.
You don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
Bro, I make this shit at
You
home
don't
on the
even- You don't
reg.
even know what you're talking about, dude.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
That's fair.
I'm obviously just joking, but
No, you're cool.
You're valid on the whole butter noodle thing, overpriced because you're paying. So my argument with you is that you're gonna be paying the same price for the butter noodle simple basic baby option as you would with one of their high quality products, because their menu is pretty much set in segments where it's like this is the cheaper options, the mid tier options, and the high tier options, and so like they don't really like butter it up and make it any different at all.
So like my argument there is the stuff at the we'll just say A, B, and C tier of the food like menu, breaking it down in terms of price. Because I think you're right. There's like a $7 option, like a $7.50 to $8 option, and there's probably like the $10 or $11 options or something like that. And we're not even talking about combos, but just for example,
I love noodles, man.
my problem with that argument is everything in the C tier cost at Noodles you shouldn't be ordering. Everything in the A tier cost levels you shouldn't be ordering because it's overpriced.
So
There's 2/3. There's 2/3 of the menu that are just moot.
I'm gonna come back at you with this idea of
You see what I'm saying though?
no, I get what you're saying, but I'm gonna try
It
and
tastes
defend
good.
the higher tier options of that menu, and here's why.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
off, there's gonna be people that come in with their children, and the adults want Noodles and Company, but they have to find something for the kids, so they've got mac and cheese on the menu. Is it the best mac and cheese at all? No, and you could make better at home. Same with butter noodles. You can make it at home, but
Yeah.
you know the options there for the little ones so they can eat it. But
Yeah.
some of the mid-tier to higher tier options, as
It's
somebody
great.
as somebody who loves to cook at home, a lot of times you're spending a lot of money just to buy a single ingredient for a dish that you won't use all of. And if in the S tier quality, or I'm sorry, like the final tier of the noodles menu,
Yeah. Cost, yeah.
you're getting those ingredients without having to go and buy extra of it. So I love their pad thai noodles. It's got like the peanuts, the cilantro, the lime, the rice noodles. Like, I'm not going to buy rice noodles just for one dish when I could just go here, spend less, and get a big plate of like a rice noodle pad thai. I also love like their beef stroganoff. I actually went there and got steak stroganoff, and sure, I can make it at home, but they have all the ingredients there and they made it for me, and it was actually really good. Another example that I want to give is for $3.99, I got like 6 pot stickers and like a rice wrapper with like minced pork and like aromatics inside of it, and I was like, damn, for $4.99 I got 6 of these. Like, you can't beat that. And I was like balling out. So I had a pad thai dish, big baller status, 4 wontons on top of it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was super good, and I didn't have to go out and buy the ingredients and cook it myself. They already had it all.
I got two counters to that. For one, I don't have much experience with the sides, so like the wontons or whatever you're talking about. I just don't have any experience with that, so I can't comment on that. But two, and most importantly, you just gave the argument for fast food in general and didn't even really talk about the food itself. You just explained the concept of fast and convenient food. The concept of fast food is that you don't have to go and buy the ingredients. You get a single portion serving that you paid for. They make it for you. That's the concept of a restaurant.
But
So trying
it's,
to argue that Noodles and Company is special for
you
being a restaurant in general is
you
kind
get
of a false argument.
comparatively, you get a more foreign product that
It is unique. It is unique.
as an American, if you look at any American's fridge, they're going to have almost everything available for a burger. They're going to have almost everything available for a taco already in their fridge. They don't have to buy a specific ingredient for it, as opposed to like Noodles and Company. Like, what if they have lemongrass? Like, Americans aren't going to be buying lemongrass just so they can keep it on deck to make like, I don't know, like a faux dish or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that argument,
I'm a
but
huge
I
noodle
don't
fan.
I don't know.
I'm a huge
Yeah,
noodle
dude, me
fan.
too. Yeah, for sure.
And
And it sucks that there's no ramen places on this list either.
this is
That-
probably this or Panera might be actually your closest options, because I know it sounds dumb, but Panera Bread has had a ramen on their menu before. Maybe we
Pizza,
should
pizza.
both go out sometime and get Noodles and Company, and I can show you the way. But I'm a huge fan of it. I really don't think it's that expensive either. It's very like mid tier. It's cheaper than a Mexican joint, like either it be Qdoba or Chipotle, or at least equal.
Yeah, but with the I agree 100%. But with at least with those, you're getting an entire young child size worth of food. You're getting essentially a double meal. Like,
You-
let's be honest, the caloric count in those burritos is
Okay.
twice your daily value.
Well, some people don't like the idea of bringing their food home. I do, obviously. I'm okay with bringing my food home. I think Noodles and Company perfectly nails exactly the
size.
perfect amount of food that you eat every bite and you couldn't eat anymore.
Yeah, they do. It is more. I see in my mind. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the Noodles and Company experience that we have in our neighborhood, like down by the mall.
Yep. That's what I go to.
It always hit me a little different in the way that I always thought it was more of like a hipstery place.
It is, and I kind of
And
like it.
I see you like that stuff. I hate that shit. Like I hate it.
Well,
Like I cannot stand it.
if I could
So I'll let you go for this one.
if I could really advocate it, if there was a Five Guys and a Noodles and Company right beside each other, I would much rather go to a Noodles and Company, and I'm thinking top of B tier. I'm thinking right here, very top of B tier. It sure, it has some faults, and I'm gonna let you take it down a peg from the best, but I think it's really
Yeah.
unique with what it provides you.
It is
There's
unique.
a wide range of options, and they do them all well, and it's not that expensive. It's really good. We should go there sometime. I would like.
Yeah.
I'm craving it
I
now.
would-
Fuck.
I would love to reevaluate because for some reason in my mind it screams expensive, but maybe that's just because I don't know. Maybe I got the thing that I wanted on the menu was maybe one of those higher tier items.
I think I treated Zoe to noodles. She got an entree. I got an entree, and then we shared the wontons. I think I spent like $24. That's not bad at all.
It's not.
And you don't have to tip.
Well,
You don't have to
yeah, it's
fucking
true.
tip.
I would definitely say though, if all of those, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 restaurants were in a row, or like in an airport, and I had to choose one,
I'm really
I would
confident.
I would much rather eat many of those other options.
That's
I'd
fair.
much rather go to Rallies. If money is not an option, I would go to Five Guys. I would much rather eat Jimmy John's than Rallies or Five Guys. Qdoba is a burrito, so it's kind of in its own little space. Culver's is probably it's the shittier version of Five
I've
Guys.
never been there, so yeah.
And then Arby's is it's kind of like McDonald's with the
I
accessibility,
think we should
but
take
it's decent.
Arby's above Culver's at least, because I have at least had
Yeah.
Arby's before. Maybe even Chick-fil-A too.
I just don't see noodles as being top of B tier.
I do only because again, if I had to look at this whole line of restaurants, the big three that come to my mind would be Noodles, Five Guys, and Jimmy's. Maybe Qdoba. Like if there's a Noodles and Company, actually my attention is literally like, oh fuck, there's a Noodles and Co around here. Like I'd be checking it
Yeah.
out. I really would.
Matter of fact, yeah, and that's fine because if I could see the prices again, that would really influence my decision. Because with noodles, it's all about the price because we all know how much noodles cost.
We should try
So
it
it's like,
again.
yeah, if what you say is true, which I believe you, it can go there. I'll wiggle room a little bit for you there.
Thank you, man. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Panda Express.
you tell me first because I got hot opinions on Panda.
I think Panda Express is incredibly safe. There's better options in terms of Chinese, but in terms of fast food, there's like no other fast food Chinese. And I think it's non-offensive, maybe a little pricey, and it's definitely not the best Chinese that you'll ever get in your life. But hey, it's fast food; it's right there,
Yeah.
and it's clean too. I feel like when I eat it, I don't feel like it's a dirty restaurant with dirty food, but handled by dirty people. They actually have to cook all their vegetables fresh. So you can see behind the counter, they have a huge
Yep.
fridge of all their veggies that they chop and like whip up for you.
So I've got some behind the counter knowledge here too because I work on their magnetic loops and I can tell you that every single Panda Express that I've ever walked into, ghetto or not, is spotless.
That's awesome.
Spotless.
Hell yeah.
And it's all run, not every single one, but a lot of them are run by various Asian races of people.
Cool.
And they're always super fucking nice. They're always cooking shit up super fresh. And like you said before, there's not a lot of Asian food in the fast food market. So I feel like by default it's in the best based on the way that I view this, the way that the tier list like works. Because it's like the outlier. It's kind of like noodles.
It's kind of funny because I was
Where
literally going to say the only competition on this whole list would be Noodles and Co. But if you
and
compared Panda Asian to Noodles Asian, Panda would probably win.
oh, fuck yeah, dude. Dude, I've had to
Pardon.
over the last couple months I've been going through my own weight loss journey. And Panda, I don't eat a lot, and I never did. I eat it probably like less than once a month, maybe like once every 3 months. That is the place that I crave the most because they're it is pricier if you don't get the value menu, which is essentially the paw bowl,
Yep,
which
I
is
know
like
what you're
5 or 6
saying.
bucks.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
If you get the triple item or the two entree with the side,
Yep, yep.
it's like $10 or $11. But I can tell you as a grown ass man, I cannot finish the tier 2 option because it's so much food. It's so delicious. It's the kind of food where your stomach is telling you no, there's no more room at the inn, Virgin Mary, but your mouth says yes, and you just keep eating it. Like it just happens. So from that alone, it deserves to be in the best.
I've got like 3 quick critiques for Panda Express. One of them being that I think their side game is weak as shit. As a big
Yep.
crab rangoon guy and egg roll guy,
Yep.
you see it at the very end. And you're like, all right, I got a little money in my bank account. I'll get the crab ran or I'll get the fucking eggy boy, and it's not good. And also, I'm huge on lo mein. And if anybody listening has a local Chinese restaurant near them, that lo mein is going to be superior in every way to the lo mein at Panda Express will be, even though it's still edible.
Yes.
The last one being that I remember I broke my rib and had no appetite, and I was pretty much like not that I wasn't hungry, I just literally couldn't keep anything down or even think about food because my stomach and like my
Here's some
whole
pain.
that whole area was just in so much pain. But I remember I looked up at Zoe when we were like first met with my broken rib, and I was like, baby, I am starving right now and I want Panda Express. And she's like, oh shit, really? And I was like, it's happening, like I'm hungry, I want it now. And she drove me to Panda and I paid for it all. So it was just, I'm giving Panda Express the points that I was literally in a broken, debilitated state, and it satisfied my craving, and I ate it all. And probably saved my life.
It literally brought you out of
It
hibernation. That's how
did.
good it
It
was.
did. It like jumpstart my appetite actually. So I give
Dude,
Panda thank you for that.
the thing is about Panda is that it's like the inverse of Arby's, where the stuff that they put on a pedestal is amazing, but the other stuff is like falling into languish.
Yeah, it's not
It's
good.
like
Yeah,
there's some stuff, it's all edible. Don't get me wrong, it's not offensive. Like you said, it's very safe. Every item on their menu is incredibly edible.
for sure.
But like some of them, dude, especially if you get it right out the walk, it's like, oh my god, like it makes you fucking fill your pants with jism.
So we're gonna do Panera. I'm gonna cut the video again, and then we can roll on to part 3.
Yeah. I got hot takes on Panera too.
Oh shit! Should I cut it now?
If you feel so.
Okay, I'm
Feel
gonna
so
cut it
inclined.
now. Thanks for listening,
All right.
everybody. Stay tuned for part 3.
Peace out.
All right, everybody, we're back for part 3. Fast food
Welcome
tier
back.
list.
Welcome back.
Jumping on Panera Bread, and I know that Nick's got some things to say, so lead the way.
Dude, Panera is really overpriced, but it is a really solid product, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says about their bread bowls or their bread products. They're fucking delicious. I haven't had their pizza yet, which is kind of old. It's been out for at least a year now, I'd say, maybe
Pizza.
eight to a year. So I can't comment on that. Their soups are fucking delicious. Their chicken Caesar salad is amazing. And I can't really speak to a lot of their deli sandwiches, but I have had their meats and I find them to be pretty tasty.
Is it pizza or is it a flatbread? Because that's you're gonna.
It's a
piss off some
flatbread
people.
pizza.
Oh.
I haven't had it. It
gonna-
looks good in the commercials, but you know, whatever the fuck that means.
I was on a huge soba kick. I was when I was like really researching Japanese culture. I found out about soba, and the thing about soba is that it's like a type of like skimmin ramen where you take the noodles and then you dip it in the sauce and eat it from there. And
Yeah,
Panera Bread
mhm.
had commercials for it, and it was like, "Come try our delicious soba noodles, our buckwheat soba noodles." And I was like, "All right, hey mom, you want to go to Panera?" She was like, "All right, sure." Show up and I get the product, and it was essentially just a ramen noodle. Like it wasn't like it was noodles already submerged in the broth, and that really triggered me. And I
That
guess that's
is
my
it. I
fault.
can't remember if soba is cold or hot. The noodle itself.
The noodle itself should be like room temperature and cold, and I think the broth can either be warm or room temperature.
Yes,
It's just
it's delicious.
Yeah, but it was just the fact that they sold it as soba, but it was presented to me as ramen essentially. But I guess that's also what I get for going to a place like Panera Bread and ordering a very unique menu that's outside of their realm of what they ever sell ever.
Yes. They suffer from, what was the analogy that I made before? Oh, it was Jack in the Box.
Oh, the microwave.
No, not so much that, but I could see that. They try to cast the super wide net and they don't hit like every time or even close to half the time.
Oh yeah.
They really
okay.
just need to nail their menu down. Their shit is good. They've got good bones, but they just need to stay focused and just stay in your lane. Like stay in your lane. Panera Bread. Stay in your bread lane. Like stay in the sandwiches, stay in the soups.
That's
You got
actually,
that shit. Don't fucking get pizza. I mean, fuck, I haven't had pizza. Maybe it's delicious, but don't get the soba on me. Don't try to be like you're not an Americanized bread place. Like, just stop.
I've known some people that have worked at Panera, and the reason why they wanted to work there was because they had a shift that was specifically showing up early in the morning and baking their bread, and they liked that. And
Oh, yeah.
it makes me think that because I'm not really experienced with Panera in general, really, I've maybe had it like 5 times, like over the course of like 20 years almost. But I think that their bread is actually not only in their name, but like the highlight of their restaurant. And I feel like if I went there and just really tried to focus in on their bread products, I'd be happy. I'd be happier
Yeah.
than my soba experience.
They do it well. Like the bread bowl with chicken tortilla or the bread bowl with broccoli cheddar.
I love
Dude,
both of those soups.
Yeah. I don't know if they have a French onion, but if they did, it would be amazing.
That's also one of my favorite soups too. And French onion soup alone, if we're talking about what I said earlier about like prep time and specific ingredients, I've never had a more miserable time cooking for Zoe than it was making French onion fucking soup, dude. It
Yeah,
gas
it's pretty
bombs the whole
nasty.
fucking house, dude.
Yeah, it gets nasty.
Where are we putting it though?
I would say it's on the high C.
Better than Church's? No way. I could see better than In-N-Out and maybe even
yeah, that's fine.
Hardee's.
I would say it's better than In-N-Out.
I'm
Yeah,
happy where
that's
that's
fine.
at.
Yeah, and it's right next to a failed slash redeemed Domino's. So the comeback, dude, if Panera got its shit together, it could be B or even the best. Like
Again,
it has the bones.
again, every time I go there, it looks like a clean restaurant too, with happy employees. So that's good
Yeah,
on
and
my
dude, it's
books.
it's also a bakery. You can just roll in and
You
get some
can,
loaves,
you
dude.
can.
Yeah, everyone there is always happy. The line is always cooking and moving. You can. Here's a life hack for all you broke ass kids like we are.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Go in there, order your food, don't get a drink, walk over to the drink station and pull those free cups and just fill yourself up a drink.
Yes, fuck capitalism.
Like, just be real. Let's be honest. We all do it. Like, don't fucking turn your nose up at me, motherfucker. You've done it. We've been there.
Well, it
I
cracks
get
me
me
up
a I
because
get
it's
me a
like
free Mountain Dew. I'm bringing business.
they
You're
charge
not
you
making money off of the drinks anyway, even
it,
though that's the biggest money maker. But in terms of you
exactly.
stealing from them, it's like cents on the dollar.
That's
So I don't want to fucking hear it.
couldn't have said it better myself. They charge you 170 for a product that costs them like 2.5 cents if they could even break it down to the decimal point.
Yeah, get fucked on that shit.
Get wrecked, Panera Bread.
Love you,
Dude, this
Papa
this
John's.
could be a huge this could be a huge problem point for someone that's listening to this on the opinion on Papa John's. And
It's
I'll let you
you already know where it's going, baby.
I'll let you lead the way on it, man, because I think it's the most unoffensive, bland, not in a bad way, just safe pizza choice. What do you think?
And that's exactly why it goes in the best
The best?
for fast food pizza.
No.
With this list, because there's no Donatos on here and there's no Noble Romans.
There's Sparrows.
Dude, Sbarro, I've had Sbarros multiple times. Have you?
Oh wait, there's Pizza Hut coming up too, but I think that's worse than Domino's, honestly.
Dude, I'm a massive Pizza Hut fan, but we'll
No,
get there.
you are not. Shut the
Yes,
front
I am.
door.
But I think Papa John's is a better quality product for most people.
So where are we putting the Papa at?
I would put it safely in B tier.
All right. Yeah, I'll agree with
I
that.
have eaten Papa John's pizza more times in my life than any other pizza ever. From school pizza parties to birthday parties to personal experience, just like because my wife gets the coupons that are just next level.
That's
So
what's
like,
up. That's
y-
why I've been getting it more frequently than I ever have in my life. And I actually have
yeah.
I'll let you finish, but I have a really strong point that I want to make with the Papa.
So even with the coupon game aside, it's still every single time I have ever eaten Papa John's, it has always tasted good. So the thing is, though, is that most people's complaints, which are very stupid, the biggest problem that I've ever heard anyone talk about Papa John's is about how they say that the pizza is too doughy. They say that it's too soft, it tastes chewy, it feels like it's undercooked. You know what the fucking solution to that is, you morons?
Just cook
It's
it a
to
little
ask for
longer.
your pizza to get
Oh,
well done, you
that's true
idiots.
too. That's
Because
true
you
too.
do that for every pizza place already. You should be doing that. Donato's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, any other place. Get your pizza well done, because if you want it to be crispy, if it's a normal pizza, not a thin crust or anything special like that, you have to get it well done because the normie way is the doughy way. And if you don't like doughy pizza, then get it well done, you idiots. That's not an argument.
I've
It's
been,
just like saying I don't like cheese on my cheeseburgers. Stop ordering a fucking cheeseburger, you dolt. Like, you idiot. Like, what is wrong with you?
I want to replay, or I'm sorry, everything you've said is totally valid, and I'm going to add to that because I actually want to slap this into S tier. I really do.
Also, people think that the sauce is too sugary, which I can totally understand. It's personal preference.
That's valid. That's just the way the sauce is. But there's something with Papa John's that they've recently done that I think was controversial. And Zoe was even giving me like smack on it. But it really clicked with me on why I thought it was actually one of the best products they've ever added to their menu. So
Was it the garlic parmesan crust?
No, it's their papadilla.
Oh yeah, the
So
papadilla calzone.
So let me like set the tone with not only how I ordered this, but also I put myself in the shoes of where I've been and why I really enjoyed the papadilla.
Take me back, baby.
So first off, I want to say we got our free pizza and we're taking advantage of these amazing coupons that your amazing wife has gifted us. And
Free
on top
pizzas,
of
dude.
and on top of the menu, I was like, look, I want a papadilla. And she was like, why? And I was like, because it looks good and I want it.
And you
So-
got the coupon.
So we got the order and I like ate half of my papadilla and I gave Zoe the other half and I was like, dude, I'm already full. on half.
Isn't that like a $8 item?
It's like $7.99. It's like $8.
Yeah.
You're totally right. But you get a huge papadilla out of it, and after only half of it, I was pretty much already full, especially if I only had one other slice. So this is when it's gonna go into the hypothetical and where I've been before and why I love the papadilla and Papa John's. So I'm living with 2 other dudes, maybe 3 other dudes in this house, right? And someone says the card, they sign the food signal, and they're like, "Dude, I'm ordering pizza, guys. What are we thinking?" And everyone throws in their singles. They throw in their coins. Maybe that one dude bit the bullet and he's swiping the card on the whole meal and he's collecting the cash from the thirsty pigs that live in this house with him, right? If you're an epic gamer, right, and you're like sitting at your computer in your room and you hear the pizza call of like one of the homies ordering Papa John's, this is what you do. You say, "Hey man, here's $8 and like 30 cents, and I want the papadilla." You don't have to worry about, I hope you pick up what I'm putting down. You don't have to worry about how much did you pay in the whole party scenario and how much you're getting out of it. You paid for the papadilla, you get the papadilla. You don't have to worry about, oh, I gave you $5. How many pieces of pizza am I going to get out of this pie scenario?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that awkwardness of how much pizza am I getting out of like throwing in the money pot. You pay for the papadilla in the whole like throw-in scenario, you get the papadilla out of the scenario, and you can go back to your little cave and keep epic gaming, gamer.
And then shit your gamer diaper.
Because, again, half a papadilla filled me up, so, like, I know that one whole papadilla would be enough for, like, Johnny up in his fucking cave.
Also, Papa John's is also S tier because of the same thing with McDonald's, the accessibility. There is a motherfucking Papa John's every square mile on this planet in the United States. So it's like, dude, you literally can't go to a place where there's not a Papa John's, from my understanding. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone says about Papa John's. He's got your back. Even though Papa's out the house now, and Bo is going to have to find a new person to mooch off of. Like, you gotta love Papa John's. I don't care. I understand the critiques. It's a personal preference thing for me at this point, but I'm a diehard Pizza Hut fan, but I wouldn't rank Pizza Hut over Papa John's because even though I believe it's a better product for me, I know that in like the zeitgeist of pizza, it has better qualities.
I think that we'll get to Pizza Hut because I actually want to go right off of like what you just said. Let's just go straight to Pizza Hut real fast. Actually, it's the fact that Pizza Hut isn't as available as Papa John's is, but even more
sometimes
rare,
it's hard to find one.
Sometimes it's hard to find one, and even more so, it's hard to find a Pizza Hut that has the buffet or the sit-down aspect of it that I appreciate out of Pizza Hut. So if you got the Pizza Hut with the sit-down element, that puts it on a whole another tier, but that is so rare already that it's almost unrankable.
The thing is about Pizza Hut is that I think one of the reasons that people hate Pizza Hut is because it's buttery and it's oily because they do pan pizzas most of the time.
It tastes so frozen to me. It just tastes so like straight out of like they have a huge chunk of doughs in the freezer and they just pull one out.
Okay. No, not right now. Thank you. Sorry, I was talking to waifu.
Well, what's she think about Pizza Hut?
She can't eat at Pizza Hut.
She's F tier.
For me, dude, Pizza Hut hits me so hard on so many levels, dude. It's another one of those things where all these problems that people have with the pizza and the Hut is stuff that it's like, okay, you walk into Pizza Hut. You don't like oily, greasy pizza, right? Now, you could make the argument that all the pizza is oily and greasy, but guess what? You're eating fucking pizza, dude.
Right.
Like, that's the name of the game. Don't order the pan pizza if you don't like buttery, flaky, delicious, greasy crust. Order the thin crust. Let me tell you, the thin crust is fucking lit. And sometimes they have deep dish specials and stuff with the promos. And Pizza Hut has some of the most banger holiday specials I've ever seen. Bro, you can go into Pizza Hut for $20 and get the family pack box that has a theme, and it comes in an actual box where it slides out and there's like different compartments.
Yeah, it's
for $20 you get 2 large pizzas and cine sticks and breadsticks.
Yeah, the ergonomic.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
get the fuck out of here.
If I'm looking at this whole list with every pizza place that we've put everywhere, is it better than Domino's or not? Because I also don't want to put it. Okay, so if it's better than Domino's, is it actually better as a product than Church's, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Culver's, Arby's, Qdoba? Because I would be okay with putting it right here, right in front of Domino's.
I think what we need to do for sake of clarity is move Churches up to B tier because in terms of fried chicken, there is nothing up there for fried chicken other than Chick-fil-A. But Chick-fil-A is not really a fried chicken place in my opinion. Even though technically it's all fried, it's just not like you're not going to go get a drumstick at a Chick-fil-A. It's
That's actually one of the biggest problems I have with Chick-fil-A is that they don't have actual fucking chicken. It's just breasts of stuff fried in a sandwich form.
very concise menu. I'll give it to them though.
So I bumped it up to B if you saw that right above Culver's. Where do you want to put the Pizza Hut though? Because that's still up.
See, we don't. I think we're done in terms of pizza, right? On the down below.
It's
And
looking like we got Sparrows and
Sparrows, dude. Okay, well, we'll get there.
we'll
But
get
I
there.
think
We'll get there.
I think that if you have multiple genre, or if you have a single genre, so we're looking at pizza here. We got Papa John's at the top. There needs to be. So like, okay, so what I'm getting at is
Separate them in their own tier lists alone.
yes, exactly. So the real
We'll put it
question
up
is,
here.
does Domino's go up to B or does Pizza Hut go up to B? And in my opinion, I'd say Pizza Hut.
I think Pizza Hut just because I like the indoor aspect of
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. You can get that buffet if you're at the rare location, and it's the most memorable experience you'll ever have, straight from the 80s, fam.
Bro, their theming is on point. I love their interiors because it does hit you in that nostalgia.
Dude, I went on a field
And
trip to Pizza Hut in school. It was
it's definitely
awesome.
above Chick-fil-A, first off, and it's better than Culver's.
Let's do that.
And then also they have the sweets, dude. Their dessert pizzas are fucking delicious. You unfortunately,
you're
unless you
right.
order them separate, which they're probably expensive if they even sell them to you, you could only get them at the buffet. Also, their salad buffet was always good. So like, there's a little
You're making
side
me want to
action
put
there.
Pizza Hut above Papa, even though I won't. But damn, if someone here listening has the luxury of a sit-down Pizza Hut with everything, you gotta go there. Gotta go
Dude, their
there.
pizza's good.
And you
Like, I
gotta
don't give a
watch the
fuck.
You gotta watch the Ninja Turtles movie when you get home.
In the arcade,
Oh, they got the fucking art. Ooh,
they got Turtles in Time.
it's crazy, dude. Pizza Hut sit-down restaurant, crazy.
You do have to tip though if you're not a degenerate, but that is what it is. It's one of those. It's a little bit more pricey, unless you're doing the meal deals. But once again, if we're not looking at money so much, pizza's always going to be on the higher end,
And I feel
especially for a quality pie.
I feel like this list, you could look at it differently is if you are a kid when you enjoy it, or if you are the family member with kids, Like, this whole list could be different if you're having to feed children and take your family out. But I think if you are a family man, Pizza Hut's up there for you for sure.
Yeah, they're what was I gonna say? The only thing, from my understanding, and I don't go to Pizza Hut super often. I probably eat Pizza Hut like once or twice a year, and I enjoy it
Then
thoroughly
how-
every
And it's
time.
higher than Domino's, though. That's crazy. That's crazy talk you're saying.
More than Domino's?
Yeah, you
What?
said you eat Domino's a lot more than any of the other.
No,
pizza
it's
Whoa.
nebulous. To be honest with you, the pizza place that I eat the most at is Papa John's.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
But one thing I was gonna, I remember what I was gonna say. Donato's is not on this list.
It's not.
Donato's, if Donato's was on this list, it would take the place of Pizza Hut. Currently, Pizza Hut is where Domino's is now, and then Domino's would go down to D.
I love
D tier.
Domino's when I don't have to pay for it, dude. Sometimes our work will buy it for us.
You mean
Ooh.
Donato's?
Oh yeah, my bad. Donato's.
Yeah,
They
Donato's
have the
thin
best
crust.
tasting pizza, thin crust, dude. And even their wings and their salads, all of those are so good.
Back when I worked at Roadhouse, I would play the fucking game with the Donato's and just go over there with like 12 rolls and trade it for a large pizza.
Let's get it, bro. Their pepperoni pizza. It's like pepperoni's usually not like my go-to pick, but I don't know what it is with Donato's, but their pepperonis
Ingredients are
fucking nuts.
fresh as fuck,
It's
dude.
good.
Their supreme pizza is so good. Anyway,
Yep.
PDQ, that's a
Let's-
southern restaurant.
Never
You've
had
never had it. Yep.
Penn Station.
Penn Station is like the king of hot sandwiches.
I'm not arguing with you on that, actually. I'm not arguing with you on that at all. I had a roommate in Terre Haute that worked at a Penn Station, and he gets huge cravings for it, and my first Penn Station experience was with him. I always find that Penn Stations are always in, like, strip malls as well, which is kind
Yep.
of like not dying, but, like, they're not as popular as they used to be in terms of, like, construction.
Accessibility.
Yeah, they just don't make strip malls anymore like they used to. Maybe at least not around here. So like you never find a Penn Station in a standalone restaurant. They're always in strip malls, and it's just a
Yes.
vibe.
It's just like Jimmy John's, except there are some standalone Jimmy John's, but you only need like a corner closet to run a Jimmy John's. You
That's
only need a
true.
corner
Tiny
closet to run a Penn
restaurant.
Station.
I when I went to Penn Station, I think I've had it twice now. It was good, and they have a
Philly
huge
cheesesteak.
variety of ingredients. Like they've got like yellow peppers, red peppers, green peppers, and that's just the pepper alone. You know, like they've got everything. Lemonade,
Also,
fresh cut
their
fries.
their what is it? They have a, at least the last time I went there, I got the corned beef with cabbage, and it had the
They have
not horse
that.
not horseradish. What's the other thing? The
Thousand Island
no. It's like a shredded fermented whatever. I'm brain farting. It's not horseradish. It's
coleslaw,
what was it?
coleslaw,
No, it's fermented.
kimchi.
God, yes, but no. God, it doesn't matter. They have this really solid shit. You put it with like a Reuben.
It's
Um,
oh, just sauerkraut, bro.
Sauerkraut. Yeah, sauerkraut. Yep, they've
That's
got the sauerkraut and the corned beef hash. Fucking delicious.
That's cool that you say that because I get my Reuben fix by either making it myself because I love Reuben sandwiches. They're in my menu of what I cook at home. And
Yeah,
the
Reuben.
only other option that I have for a quick convenience Reuben is actually going to my local gas station down the street with a dine-in, like, I'm sorry, not dine-in, like a
Just
like a menu. Like they have like a little dine counter that you can order food from. And it got me thinking, I was like, damn, where would I get a fast food Reuben at? And the first thing that came to mind was Arby's. But you kind of reminded me of the fact that Penn Station exists, and you just
it's a
described it
little
to me
pricey.
before.
It's a little pricey.
But
If you're just going sandwiches,
I
you're
don't
gonna get a good deal.
I don't give a fuck on a Reuben, bro. Reubens are actually kind of fall under that noodles thing where I said that you have to buy a bunch of unnecessary ingredients that you don't usually use in an everyday cooking just to make
Yep.
it. Corned beef, marbled rye, Thousand Island, which a lot of people usually have, and sauerkraut, which I cook with a lot, but a lot of people don't. And you're
Yep.
pretty much only buying it just for that sandwich to make. Let's do Penn Station on C tier right above Firehouse. What do you think? Maybe even above
Yeah,
In-N-Out. I mean,
I
'cause
would definitely put it above In-N-Out.
we need to move
I
In-N-Out
am,
down, though. Because, I mean,
yeah, I am just not impressed with my experiences at In-N-Out. It was super overpriced,
I've
and
never
it
even
was
had
just,
it, so.
yeah, it's not bad. It's just overpriced, and it's not that great. Everyone hypes it up for some godforsaken reason. It's like the console wars. It's just embarrassing.
All right. Things are looking good. Things are looking good.
Yep.
Popeyes.
Popeyes, man. Popeyes always there for you.
They treat you like shit.
Popeyes, yeah. It's always in. It's usually ran by a bunch of ghetto trash, no matter if it's in the ghetto or not. But it's good shit. Love
And,
it.
you know, their biscuits are hard as a fucking rock.
Yep.
Uh,
The thing is,
Kind
it's
of
like
pricey.
I would.
Like,
I would
I feel like when I get, like,
yeah.
I feel like when I get their actual chicken, the benefit of it is that they're willing to sell it to you not in a bucket quantity. Like you can get like
Yeah.
a 3-piece, which is kind of like what it's
Meals.
got for it. But you don't get like the value break of buying it in bulk. Like they're still charging you out the ass for it.
It's because it's less of a chicken bucket place and more of a chicken strip place.
I kind of laugh because, like, you know, I'm a savant with my words and I'm a cool guy. And during, like, the whole chicken sandwich wars, I, like, pulled up to my Popeyes and the guy was like, yo, what's up, man? It's like, not much, dude. How you doing today? It's like, doing good, man. I was like, man, I want the chicken sandwich. I want to get
They
that
won
chicken.
the chicken sandwich war, by the way.
And I was like, I want that chicken sandwich, right? And he was like, cool, dude. What else do you want? And I was like, man, I was wondering, you know, could you show me some love? Maybe some red beans and rice, some fries? Like, I was trying to, like, finesse my way into, like, getting that hookup. Dude did not hook me up. No matter how cool no matter how cool we were over that voice box, dude did not hook me up and show me no love at all.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
Ah,
I have the out of all the chicken places, I probably have the least experience at the Popeyes, but I have had the Popeyes a good amount of times, and I always just get the battered chicken strips with the fries, and I've never had a bad experience. I've never explored the menu enough to be proficient in the deals or the cost cutting aspect, so I can't comment there or any value menus, whatever. But it is good quality product. I don't mind it.
it's not bad. I mean, when I see red beans and rice on the menu, you immediately got my attention because that's one of my favorite foods ever. And it's very. Imagine fast food red beans and rice because that's exactly what it is. It's like liquid smoke in a bottle that they pour in on it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking better than McDonald's, but maybe D tier, honestly.
There's not a hot chicken place in C tier, and I think that's where it belongs.
Maybe
I would much rather eat Popeyes than anything on the McDonald's menu.
maybe In-N-Out. Better than In-N-Out.
Yes.
Better than
I think,
Firehouse. I'd say so.
yeah, not better than Penn Station.
Right.
I think DQ and Carl's Jr. need to get behind Penn Station and Popeyes. Really, Carl's Jr. needs to go in the fucking trash, but you know, it is what
I'm
it is.
fighting for it. I'm fighting for it.
That's cool.
I'm
That's
agreeing
cool.
with you though. I'll even put DQ over Carl's if that'll satisfy you.
Yes, it would actually a lot. Yes, much better. All right, this is going to be another
Oh,
contentious
don't.
one for us, so I'm going to let you go off here.
Bro, fucking S tier. They're giving you shit that you can't get anywhere else. If you go inside
true.
Portillo's, if you go inside of fucking Portillo's, like not just like the ones that you'll see in Chicago that are on the like corner of restaurants, but like the ones that they're franchising and putting in like really big whitewashed suburban areas. It's like a fucking amusement park when you walk inside, dude. Like they've got cars hanging from the ceiling and shit. Portillo's S tier. They're giving you a product that you're never gonna get. It's amazing. I still want to like delve deeper into the menu, even though I've had almost everything. Like, it's just
You're wanting more.
they suffer from the fact that every time I go there, I'm like, I want the big beef. I'm gonna have to say no and try and branch out, but they suffer from
You gotta
their own
have the big
successes,
beef.
man. They suffer from their own successes. Like, I don't want to branch out because I want the big
Yep.
beef. The first time I ever took Zoe to Portillo's right down the street from us, I got the big beef, bro, with some fries and some onion rings, and Zoe got the vegan burger, which was mushrooms and like lettuce and tomato and everything. And I was like, baby, what'd you think? She was like, oh, it was okay. And I was like, yeah, because you got the fucking vegan burger. And then next time we went, she got like the big beef like I did, and she fell in love with it. And I was like, dude, you ordered the complete wrong thing, and you judged it based off of that. Love
Yeah.
Portillo's. I want to put S tier. What do you think?
I mean, I would be fine with it being an S tier, but not because I like it at all. I'm not a huge Portillo's fan,
How come?
but it's fine that it would be in the S tier because it's the only place that you can get a Polish sausage. It's the only place that you
Yeah.
can get some of these Italian sausages with toppings. It's the only place where you can get some of these specific style meats.
Dude, the $2
like-
hot dog, like the hot dog on the menu is loaded Chicago style. Like it's got the best pickle you'll ever have in your life with like mustard and onion and relish and a poppy seed bun, dude. So that alone is cheap. You can eat at Portillo's on the cheap skis, 100%.
And I was going to ask you about the pricing because I have such limited experiences there, but the 2 or 3 times that I have gone, I've been thoroughly unimpressed. And I've tried 4 or 5 different items.
You gotta
And
know
I'm
the menu inside and out and know how hungry you are so you don't fuck yourself over on spending too much money. You gotta definitely not like pay with your stomach on this one. You gotta like really know how much you really want to eat. Whenever I go to Portillo's, I actually usually don't get sides anymore. I just get just the entree, and the only other thing that'll be considered a side would be sometimes I'll get a secondary dog so I can save it for later.
tuck it behind your ear.
Yeah, no, I'll stuff it in the Adidas bag and I'll save it for later on, dude. I really will because I don't want to go through that horrible line again. Because
Horrible line. Yeah, inside and out.
It doesn't matter. Outside's usually almost always worse. Inside's probably the way to go. But the drive-through experience is usually pretty awful, but they're delivering a high-quality product, and there's probably more behind the scenes that we don't know. I want to put it in S tier. You just got to know the menu really well and know what you want to get. I really like it. And the chocolate cake shake. Can we talk about the chocolate? I'm trying to talk about the chocolate cake shake. It's good.
Let it rip.
It's just really good. And they have a bar inside. So even if you like, you know, you're out with the fam and you want to get like, they have like Wee Mac and shit. They'll even sell you a margarita. Like,
Do they really?
yeah, they will. They have a whole section just dedicated to a bar where you can get.
Did not know they had alcohol there.
They do. They do.
That's cool as fuck. That's probably the only place on here that has alcohol.
Depending on location, but yeah, because technically Chipotle sells alcohol as well.
Do they now?
They do. They sell like Corona Lights and like Michelob Ultras and shit.
Oh wow, never mind then. That shows how much I know.
S tier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with it, but I can understand why it would be up there. And the thing is that if anyone is watching this video, which, you know, whatever, but I'm sure the people, if you were to show this video to 1,000 people, 800 of them would rep Portillo's super hard because it has that following. It has that fanatical fan base that just like Chick-fil-A does, where it wraps around the building 24/7. It's a madhouse, dude. People, they have the shirts, I'm crazy for Portillo's, for a reason.
Per-
Like, I get it. It's not my thing, but it is what it is.
I'm a big Chicago guy. I have always had amazing times in Chicago. And whenever you're there and you ask about food, it's always either Big Al's beef or like Portillo's. But Portillo's broke out, is what I'm trying to get at. Like Big Al's is still in that area, while Portillo's, you can find it still in the Midwest. I can find it right down the street. So
They did come to town, and they came to town
they
hard.
did, and I still go there. I'll treat myself there. It is a little pricier, trust me. It's again, my sandwich that I get is like $8, but
I was gonna say it's probably an $8 minimum aside from like the $2 hot dog kids
yeah,
menu.
exactly. I love Portillo's. Let's move on though. Potbelly, I've never had it.
Never heard of it. Nope. Get it out of here.
I don't even want.
I'm sure it's good.
I don't even want to comment on Quiznos because like I don't even think I've ever had it. And if I did, there's so many hot sandwiches places, man.
Quiznos is just like Blimpie, where it came in. It was here before the people showed up in this town. Like, we've been living here a long
Dude,
time.
let's just put Blumpy to never had. What's it even doing up
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Go ahead. Just knock it off. It's just like Quiznos, where it's like Quiznos is all about the toasted subs.
I've at least
Like,
had
it's
a
all about the
Quiznos
toasted.
before.
I wouldn't say it's F tier. Just put Quiznos where Blimpie was.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
fair.
fine.
Roy Rogers, never had it.
All right, so Sabaros, right?
Dude, it's kind of interesting thing to talk about Sparrows. What I've seen some YouTube videos talking about the whole history of Sparrow. Pretty interesting company history, and I've had some weird
Is it
run-ins
Spanish?
with it.
Is it a Spanish company?
So it's an Italian eatery that literally has roots from Italy. I'm pretty sure it was like an old general store that had a counter where you could get sandwiches at first, and they started fucking around with pizza by the slice, and that really took off. So their big thing was just sandwiches by the slice and Italian sides, like maybe like stuffed breads.
You mean pizza by the slice?
Whoa, yeah, my bad. Pizza by the slice
You're
is
good.
where they took off with, and Italian sides like stuffed breads and things of the sort. And you will
I-
find it at your local food mall. Their whole industry was based on the fact that they didn't want to open restaurants for Sparrow. They
Yeah.
wanted to go inside of malls. They wanted to go inside of like maybe like malls and strip
Airports.
malls and shit. Airports, exactly.
That's all my experiences. And I've been to New York. I've lived in New York, in very different places, and I can tell you what is and isn't New York style pizza. Not to say that Sbarro's is trying to be New York style pizza, but when you talk about selling pizza by the slice, immediately the conversation should go to New York style pizza, because that's
100%.
where that came from.
For sure.
So, like, with that being said, you go to an airport, you want pizza, Sbarro is the only place, that's where you go. Yes. But in terms of like what you're getting for what you're paying, it's a fucking rip. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure if you weren't in an airport with that airport price hike, everything is more expensive out through security. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's how it is.
Or even just
At
a
least in
mall.
America.
Just even a mall in
Yeah.
general. You pay the mall price for food.
Yeah, but the thing is that since you kind of nailed it on the head, where that's the only place that you can buy this food, 9 times out of 10, that's just the base price now. So with that understanding, it's way overpriced for what it is. You do get a single slice of large pizza, but when you're talking about pizza game, man, like, you have a huge competition. And if you're already a niche availability, and then you price hike it and you're only getting a single slice, I don't know, man. Like, that doesn't make me want to go to your pizza place unless it's the only option.
So
It makes me think about my comments on McDonald's, where it's like, yes, you can go there, you can eat there if you're gonna feel like shit after you eat it, but do I want to go there? No, definitely not.
if I could
For many
paint-
more reasons than one.
If I could paint my picture of Sparrows, I think of the downtown mall.
Yep.
Because they had one
Circle
there.
Center.
They had one there, Circle Center. And Sparrows to me just screams you're 15 years old with $40 to your name, and you have a date that you really want to impress, and you're gonna be buying, food because you're the big man, boss man, or that's what you're trying to like project yourself onto wanting to be. So you pay for the food, and but it also suffers from like the Chinese food syndrome, where after you eat Sparrow pizza, like you're full for the moment, but you're hungry in like 30 minutes easily.
Yep. It's a single slice of thin crust pizza. It's not going to go very far
I
for
don't-
$10.
I don't know if it's $10. I really only think like a slice of pizza is like maybe 5 at the most. So if you have like your sweet honey that you're trying to impress, you know, you're maybe spending like $12 after tax on everything. I think it's
I can almost guarantee you post COVID it's $10.
who knows, man. Well, you know, let's look it up. Sparrow slice.
All right, dude, we're going deep.
If you want a cheese pizza slice, it's $3.
Hey, look at that.
Thir-
I'm happily incorrect.
$3 sausage, three like almost $4 after tax. You know, so I mean, again, you can bring your sweet honey into your Sparrows at your local mall, and you know, she's gonna get food, you're gonna get food, you're both gonna
$10,
have
yeah.
gas.
Yep, $10 for both. That's not bad. Probably throw a drink in there for $1.52.
And I mean, I don't really remember too much on the flavor, but I remember it not being anything crazy at all.
That's what it is. It's so painfully average.
Um,
I would say with the way that we have our pizza ranked on this tier list, I think it goes in D.
I'm thinking it goes in D2 because honestly, I'm a little more
Definitely
excited.
better than McDonald's. It's definitely better than
I
McDonald's.
kind of get excited when I see a Sparrows because they're a failing company. So the fact that if you can even see one and find one now, it's kind of like, oh shit, take pictures, honey.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do it over McDonald's. Dude. I don't give a fuck. Fuck McDonald's. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Sparrow.
McDonald's sucks.
Get up there, Sparrow. You deserve the limelight, bro.
Yeah, we're rooting for you.
We're rooting
Ever
for you,
since
Sparrows.
as of the 5 seconds ago when I saw that price, I'm now converted.
Schlotzky's. Looks like it'd be good.
Schlotsky is, I think it's like a delicatessen.
Schlotzky's. Let's look at the menu. I've never been here, so I might as well just put it in. Whoa,
Yeah,
it's like Arby's.
oh fuck, they got
They
pizza.
got pizza and shit.
It's
Oh,
going into the never eaten, but that's all right.
it's
I'll
going
keep
in-
an eye out.
It's going into never had territory, but okay.
Keep an eye out. Yeah,
Do your
I see
thing.
you,
I
Schlotsky's.
see you going crazy, bro. Shake Shack.
Shake Shack had it one time, thoroughly unimpressed. Similar to In-N-Out.
I'm relying
In-N-Out-
on you on this one because
In-N-Out, Whataburger, and Shake Shack are all that West Coast. Oh, we're so good, so much better than everything else, but it's just not that good. It's painfully average. It goes right next to In-N-Out. There's one in up on the north side now. I've
Damn,
yet to
that
go in and
good?
try it again.
I'm just so worried
Yeah.
about putting something up so high that I've never had before.
It's just exactly what you think it is, dude. It's a smash burger. Like you'll eat it, you'll be fine. You know, it tastes good. It's just way overhyped. Oh my god, it's embarrassing. There's you don't people out there that go online and scream into the void about fast food and argue about it online. You're not doing yourself a service by overhyping a product that's average. You don't. You actually disappoint more people by telling other people that it's a good product because when some guy goes on the internet like Adam who's like I've never had this product, let me look up some reviews, and he sees nothing but 5 out of 5 stars,
You're not
and he's like
getting any
okay,
opinion. Yeah.
and then you go and you pay X amount of money for a product and then it's just so average. If you just tell people that it's good and it's all right, just give it a try, they will be surprised by a quality of something rather than be disappointed by something that's overhyped. So that's my 2 cents on the Shake Shack.
I'm kind of looking at some of the rest of the tier list and the rest of the time left, and we're doing pretty okay on time on this segment, but I really confidently feel that we're going to have to do another chunk because some of these are...
this
we
one's
got
coming up.
Wendy's on here, we got
Right.
White Castle, we got Taco Bell, we got Subway, we got
Steak
Skyline.
and Shake.
So let's maybe get up to Sonic and we'll call it. So let's keep
Yeah.
going forward.
Sheets is a never had.
Sheets has never had.
Look it up
Sky-
real quick. Where are Sheets? Like look
Yeah.
up Sheets.
True. Let's do it.
Locations maybe.
Sheetz.
Oh, there it is right there.
Our food.
Is that Columbus? Is that Ohio?
Oh, you want to see the actual locations? We got Columbus, Ohio. They got like 3 in Columbus, Ohio.
Can you
actually.
zoom out like on that little map there with
Yeah.
the minus button? Just
It
zoom the
says
fuck out.
Ohio on my locations, but yeah, it's just Columbus.
Okay, well
Yeah,
maybe
well-
when we go to a concert we'll give it a try.
Our food. What do they do? What the fuck
It's
is
looking
going on here?
it's looking like a Jack in the Box, just out the gate with those mozzarellas on that hamburger.
It's just that like I'm really
With the
high
donuts,
and
yep, with the donuts. This is a Jack in the Box.
This
is
I'm
a
really
straight up
high
Jack
and
in the
I'm
Box.
selling sandwiches. This one looks pretty good. It's like a fucking American club over here.
I mean that little Photoshop Krispy Kreme looks pretty good.
Yeah. Never had it though.
Yep, I'd give it a try. This one's
This
all you. This one's all you, dude.
I I want to cry, man. I want to cry on how emotional I get on Skyline Chili.
Let it rip,
It's
dude.
just because of the fact. I'm sorry. Just can I get a bit?
Take a moment. I'll take the mic here.
Can I just get?
Skyline Chili has some interesting offerings, but I feel like I'm so unexperienced with the menu. I've been there maybe twice in my entire life, and one of them was in like 2018, so that was a long time ago. It's it's all right. That's it.
Okay, I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right. Come back to earth here for me.
Skyline Chili is something that you can't fully appreciate the first time. It might not be the second time, but probably after that second time, after you like get home, right? Because like you're probably gonna get it when you're visiting Cincinnati or anywhere near Ohio. Shout out Cincinnati! I love that city. Fucking have a great time there. And Skyline itself ties into the flavor itself. Like I have a great time. I'm running around. I go to a Reds game. If the Reds win, you get a free Coney dog with your order, and just you know
My
you're
ticket.
just if they win, dude. If they win, you can
Oh,
go to Skyline
fuck
Chili.
yeah.
You get a free Coney dog, dude. Sit your ass down. And they have like
Nice.
they sell stuff like they like for the kids. Like you can buy candies and merchandise and stuff. And again, Skyline didn't hit with me the first time I had it. It was because
I know you like the chili on the noodle.
they don't fuck around. Like they're like, this is our flavor of chili. If you don't like it, then see the door, man. And I'll go home, and I'm a big chili guy that makes great chili. I make
Yeah.
nothing close to the flavor. Is it better? I don't know, but the flavor is just uncomparable to my own. It's sweet, it's chocolatey, it's got like star anise, like Greek flavored chili on noodle, and they just mound cheese on top of it. And if
Yeah.
you're conscious enough when you sit down to watch them make your order, it's fascinating. The way that they run their product down the line and everybody comes together. Like they have the chili guy. All he does is literally take the ladle of chili and he pours it on the chili. And they have a cheese guy that literally grinds the cheese and he puts the cheese on top. I love Skyline Chili. They deliver a product that you'll never get anywhere else. And they have so many unique items. Like you can get a chili burrito, bro. I
I
didn't
don't
even
even
know
know
there
what
was.
they sell aside from the chili noodle.
It's literally
Maybe a
just,
hot dog.
it's no noodle. They just put like whatever you want on it, like lettuce and cheese, and then the chili sauce in time. I love Skyline. I want to put it at the best tier. If there was any restaurant, and I genuinely mean this, because I know so many of these are accessible to me, I would anytime I see a Skyline, I'm going there, 100%. And I'm gonna get the same thing. I'm gonna get the chili three-way with the coney dog on the side.
Nice.
So unbiased from Nick, because Nick doesn't have too much of a say in it. I'm putting it in S tier on my own personal list. I love this fucking place. I love you, Cincinnati. I want Skyline right fucking now. And
Yeah, go ahead.
to add to this, you can be lucky enough to find a frozen at your local grocery store, a frozen Skyline chili. Legit, actually not that bad. It's
Comes in
obviously
a can too. You can get it in a
does
can.
come in a can too. It obviously doesn't hold up nearly as much, but it gives you a great representation of what it's all about. Just prepare it the best and most like authentic way that you can and get that Skyline chili experience. I fucking love this place.
So you're saying that the store bought is somewhat similar to the offering at the restaurant.
Incredibly similar. You know, it kind of comes down to how you're cooking it and just how much like you're paying respect to the
Extra love
Skyline and
into it.
everything. But I've bought in the frozen Skyline chili before, and it totally gave me my fix that I wanted.
I'd much rather go down the frozen route than the canned route.
The frozen route was good. It came in like the microwavable dish, but you have to have the cheese. The cheese isn't already on it. It's the two-way. It's just the noodle and the chili. You have to put the cheese on it yourself. Skyline chili is also super affordable, bro.
That's good.
And it's going to give you more food than you'll ever want to eat ever.
It seems like it's one of those. It's kind of like an auto the best because it's like a unique offering. So it's like it doesn't
Yeah, depending on
have
who's
many
competing.
competitors.
Yeah.
At least in the mainstream. I'm sure there's chili places out there, but I fail to see them. I've
The-
seen. We live in Indiana. That's about as far as I'm going to go to doxing myself. But on the east side, and some of these clients that I work on, there are some Skyline chilies getting towards Ohio. So like I have seen it. Like I know where a Skyline chili is, but I would never go in there
No,
by
dude.
myself.
On me, go there and just get the throughway. It's just noodles, cheese, and the chili. And then do yourself a favor because it's literally $1.60. Just go ahead and get the chili dog and save it for later or whatever. You're gonna love
Yeah.
it. And again, it's kind of like it's like a song from a band that is really out there. Like maybe Gorillaz. Like the first Gorilla song that you hear, it might not be the best song you've ever heard the first time, but the second time it gets better, the third time it gets better, and by the fourth time you listen to it, you're like, I love the song. It's so good.
Sure. I understand that. It's an acquired taste. That's what you're saying.
It is, and it grows on you.
That's cool. I'll give it a try.
Oh,
I think with these bangers that are coming up, I think we need to cut it.
we'll wrap it up with Sonic. Sonic's the last one, then we'll cut it and we'll plow through the rest of them.
Sonic is the gatekeeper to D list. It's the new gatekeeper to D list. The food is the lowest quality food you can find in terms of like what it does to your body after you eat it. But the only thing that brings it up from F tier, in my opinion, is the drink game, dude. The drink game is it's the best drink game in town. Like there's nothing that even comes close, other than maybe like your local ice cream place where they will just do whatever you say for the money. Uh, dude, Sonic drinks is literally half the menu. It could probably survive on tater tots and drinks alone and
I
hot dogs.
I think I've had Sonic more than you have because I literally
Yes.
had it 4 days ago.
In terms of food, yes.
But I don't want to, because we both agree on the food. Even if I've had it more than you, we both agree exactly where it's at. I think the best item on the menu is the chili cheese dog. That's like the best thing on the menu in terms of food. But
Yeah.
I know that you have the drink game down on lock. So if you're saying that the drinks elevate it to the next level, then that's totally what it is.
It's definitely not F tier. And if it was to be in D tier, it would be at the top, and if it was to be in C tier, it would be at the bottom.
I would rather,
I'll let you make the choice.
I'm looking at everything. I would rather have Sonic than McDonald's, so I'm thinking either top D or very back of C, exactly like what you said.
I would much rather go to Sonic than In and Out or Shake Shack because at least there's something that I'll enjoy there.
Then here, let's do that.
Yep. But if you do, I caution any listeners out there, if there are any that actually see a Sonic, have some Tums and just be ready to pull over if you're driving home at any given time to just recenter yourself. Or if you do eat it and you're sitting in the car and you haven't left yet, it's just like getting in the pool. You need to wait 30 minutes before you apply physics to your body of any sort. You need to be still and allow your body to cope with the punishment that you've just inflicted to your body. If you
This
eat the food.
the Sonic menu is also huge, and I have no interest in ordering any of their big menu items because their value menu is literally like pretty bussin'. It's all trash anyway, so you might as well be going for value menu stuff. Like, I don't know why somebody would order like the number 6 double bacon big boy with like lettuce,
Yeah.
tomato, and onion when you could literally spend $3.39 or $4 and get like the quarter pounder with cheese. That's gonna taste exactly the same and fill you up the same way and make you feel like shit the same way.
I'd much rather spend $4 on a single large drink than a hamburger at Sonic.
I again when I go there, my go-to order is literally just like the chili cheese dog. I
Bro,
just get that.
and I'm not coming at you. I'm coming at any potential listeners. If you hear me talking up this drink game, go get a a blue raspberry nerd slush. It will put you in Flavor Town. It's an overload, but if you're like us, we drink a lot of stupid shit. So like it doesn't. If you have the tongue for it,
Well,
if you're a water soy boy and you are like really against drinking soda in general, it's going to be an overload. If you can't handle drinking a Monster Energy drink, you shouldn't be drinking it anyway. But if you're used to that kind of like uh taste bud barrage, then the blue raspberry nerd slush, man, it's a 4D experience.
Well, man, I'm looking at the rest of everything that we're gonna have to go through, and I'm happy we're gonna have to end it here because there is some juicy drama and
Yep.
some big arguments that are gonna have to be coming up. So thanks again for listening. I think we're on like 4 or 5 now. This is way longer
Four.
than I first expected. So
Yep. It's coming along.
thanks for listening, everyone.
Peace.
Alrighty, and we're back for hopefully the final section of this fast food tier list,
What up?
which I think is going to be big drama. What do you think, Nick?
We'll see. We'll see. First of all, let's just go cut the chase. Put Swenson's and Taco Casino and Torchy's and Wawa. Well, I've had Wawa. What is that one with the W? Work.
Whataburger?
Work. No,
Or
no, no.
the Wernen Sturgel.
Yeah, just throw that one in there. Is that Wings, etc.?
It is wings. Well, this is wings over? Wings over?
We'll just call it Wings, etc.
Well, there's Wingstop and Wings, etc. I mean, sure, we can treat it as Wings, etc. if we want to.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
Fuck it, we'll rebrand it. All right.
All right, Steak and Shake. I got mad opinions on Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. I also have mad opinions on it, and mostly very positive, and I really like this establishment, but I'll let you take the mic. What do you think?
This is another one I've got behind the curtain on because I do a lot of client business. Steak and Shake is one of my clients. I know a lot more about Steak and Shake than most people do from not only the business side, but also the investment side and also the food quality side.
Oh no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
No. The food quality is actually the surprising part.
Woo.
So but then again, Steak and Shake falls prey to just every other fast food restaurant where it's all about management, it's all about how the store is upkept and all that. Because you will go into some of these nasty, nasty restaurants, dude. Like these nasty Steak and Shakes, okay? But if you're just looking at it from the general average, Steak and Shake is similar, not to Chick-fil-A, but it's the inverse of Chick-fil-A, in my opinion, where the service is the worst service you will ever get. But the food is cheap and it tastes good. Okay. It's made right in front of you. You can see them making it. I've seen the way that they make the food and it's fine. Okay. It's all about management. But with all that aside, decent food, old school style, retro look, and it's cheap. So all of those things make me put it in the B tier.
I'm so happy you say that because I have some huge nostalgia for Steak and Shake, and I've had a lot of experiences with Steak and Shake. But looking at everything that we've already placed, I don't know if I would want to pick it over anything else that we've ranked before.
In what tier?
But I'm looking at like really high B tier as well.
Better than everything in C tier.
When you go to Steak and Shake, what do you get?
Usually a sandwich of some sort, usually like a cheeseburger, maybe a double cheeseburger, but the onion rings, well done. Instalock side.
Wow.
I'm not a huge fan of their fries. I don't complain about them like most people will complain about how they have to take a handful, or like a pinch them instead of rather than one at a time, or you know what I'm saying, like the smaller style fry.
Yeah, because they're so small.
I have no problem with that. It is what it is. It's fun. I like food being kind of puzzle-like in a way. I love wings. It's very similar. You have to attack the food in certain ways to get to it, so I have no problems there. I love smash burgers. Their onion rings are solid if you get them well done, dude. Like,
That's crazy you say that
shit.
because I think I've explored Steak and Shake's menu really well, but I have no knowledge of their onion rings. So next time I go there, that's definitely going to be the next option that I order.
You have to get them well done. You have to, or else they're going to be a little soggy. Especially after the shitty service and it takes half an hour to get your food, they're going to be soggy. You got to get them well done.
I guess I'll go to that. Obviously, we live in a climate now where some restaurants aren't open when they say that they are, but even before that was a problem. Steak and Shake would say that they're open at like 10:30. They're not open at 10:30, bro. They're open whenever the fuck they want to be open, but they will be as late as they say that they are open as late as they are.
There's one guy in there working 24 hours of the day, but 80% of that time he's mopping the toilet and the floor. So he's not cooking the food. You can sit there at that voice box for hours if you want, but who knows if someone's going to pick up the other side of the telephone.
They kind of vibe check you on the drive-through, actually. They really do. I swear, like, I was behind one car, and he was like, "That's ridiculous, you're not open." And I pulled up, and they were like, "Hold on, honey, I'll be with you in 1 moment." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then, because they knew who I was, and they were like, "All right, what you getting today?" They had like keep it down because they didn't want to serve the person before me, dude.
I've known and dated and been in the late lifestyle of working third shift, night shift, dating people that are coming home from work at 3 a.m., stuff like that. And they always have that steak and shake. Dude, they're there for them.
Hey,
Like, they're there for you
our
at
homie
that
Sid,
time.
bro. If Sid's listening, big love to you, fam. That
Yeah, dude,
that
miss you,
place made
brother.
him some bread, bro. He did his work and he did his time, and Steak and Shake, did what it had to do for him, and it worked. So
Yeah.
he did
Also,
night shifts
heads up
there.
to any suckers out there that are trying to make some fucking BOGO cash. You see those billboards talking about a 10K investment for Steak and Shake? Don't fucking do it. It's a trap.
That's
End of story.
Yeah, I know. I see these billboards too, and one part of me was like, man, it'd be cool to build one of those. I won't say the town specifically, but in between here and further west, it's in the same our same county. I was like, bro, if you
Yeah.
dropped one of those in that town, I had a feeling it'd be a hotbed just because it's a smaller town with bigger population. Really thought
Yeah.
that 24-hour service would have done well there.
Steak and Shake almost went under right before COVID, and
It
COVID
did.
almost took its life.
Trust me.
It's
Yeah,
a, it's an Indiana-based restaurant. If you didn't know,
it
it
is.
was
Oh
its
yeah.
origins are in Indiana. That's why it's so prevalent in our state. So for us, there is a Steak and Shake in every town. There's Steak and Shake. Really, they're really clustered. Like they're all over the place. And let me tell you, they all make bank now. I don't know what they changed in their business model. It was probably a top-down thing, maybe even some embezzlement going on and some really fucked up shit in terms of like money moving and like laundering. I can almost guarantee you that was what the problem was because Steak and Shake always has a line round the block at all times of day and night. Someone is in that drive-through,
Once they
and
start taking orders, yeah.
as someone who has spent a lot of time in Steak and Shake working on their stuff, the second that 10 o'clock a.m. comes around, it's packed, 100%. And it's the demographic that they cater to is obviously one of a lower class, just due to the fact that the food is cheap. I'm not trying to comment on
No,
that at
not at
all,
all.
but
No, not at all.
it unfortunately it brings a specific type of crowd, which gives it kind of a more. I'm trying to not offend anybody, but just kind of like a dirtier, grungier kind of clientele on top of the old retro diners. So a lot of old people who have been eating at Steak and Shake for 30, 40 years, whatever, and then you mix that with a very clashing.
Good point. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like maybe youth people, like people that are like really young, like 16, 17, that got their driver's license and they're up at
Yeah,
midnight.
and just ghetto trash. I'll just say it like that. Just a bunch of ghetto trash, elbow to elbow with a bunch of older people who are a little bit more refined in a lot of ways, just because of their age. But it's interesting, regardless of what you're ordering. It's cheap and it's good in my opinion, especially if you can get it. If you can find a Steak and Shake that is ran well in terms of management,
I wish.
it's the golden goose.
I fucking wish. I'd love to find a well-ran Steak and Shake. I have a bunch of points that I wanted to make about Steak and Shake, which is why I figured that this should be a whole dedicated section because I knew that we were going to be spending a lot of times on each of these restaurants. One of them being that remember that one manager at Texas Roadhouse that was really really cool. His name started with a J, and he was just super chill.
Yep.
He actually worked with Sid and was like the manager of that restaurant. Every time I went there, because it was on 70, and I was on my way to Terre Haute, they never let me pay for any of my food, which was awesome. I would just, it was actually at that point when I started experimenting with their menu and getting the crazy shit that I've never had before, because I wasn't even paying for it in the first place.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say was my go-to order is the Chili Mac. It's not better than Skyline, which I later found later in life, but it's comparable and it tastes completely different. But I'm a sucker for chili, and it's got the noodles instead of like macaroni. And I love the Chili Mac. I also love the Frisco Melt as well. If I could also speak on behalf of Zoe, her family, specifically her brother and her father, it was always something that they could go and sit down to and eat, and it was very cheap, and it was really good. So they got like that 4 for 4, like the $4 menu item. They got like the $5 menu item, and I
Yep.
just feel like if you are someone that wants to go out and have a good time with your family and not break the bank, Steak and Shake was always such a good option for a sit down. You
Yeah,
know,
it's definitely one of those everyman restaurants because of the
very
price of the
everyman
food.
restaurants. And what you mentioned
Very kid
earlier,
friendly.
very kid friendly. They have arcades and stuff up front. They have a diner up front where you can sit if you're just eating for yourself and you want to get in and get out. And then lastly, if you are a family, you'll see all walks of life of people. You'll see the high school kids that just got done with drumline or maybe a play that they got
Or
done with their
whatever.
school event and they're like there at 11 or 12, which is where I spent a lot of time at Steak and Shake when I was in high school, would be like at midnight there. You do see the older people that like the more classic dining experience that are like 80 or 90, and yeah, you'll just see all walks of life. So Steak and
It
Shake,
is. Go ahead.
just Steak and Shake. You know, you're gonna see all walks of life of people. It serves the people. If you can find a well-operated one that actually works, that's dope. I want to see more success out of Steak and Shake because I really do love this restaurant, but I can't overlook its faults, and I want to give it a fair ranking.
I think Steak and Shake runs the game on the IHOP slash Waffle House slash Denny's market. They're not the same in terms of like the offering, but I feel like in my mind I associate them all together because it's like shitty food. When I say shitty, I mean quality. It's like shitty food. You know what this is. You go in there and you just get the food and experience it. I don't know. I guess it's not quite the same. Maybe I'll just retract that because it doesn't have breakfast. It doesn't have any of that.
Well, you were
I
kind of
have.
on the right page with comparing it to Waffle House in terms that you'll see all walks of life come in there. Either it be young people, shady stoners, or really old people that want a traditional dining experience. They're all huddled up, you know, elbow to
I
elbow in
think
the same restaurant.
yeah, it's true. And I think maybe the reasons I associate the two is because I look at Waffle House as the best of the ones that I just rattled off with the Denny's and the IHOP. But it's for me, in my heart of hearts, I see it as a post concert, 2 in the morning. We're all
I've
we're
been
all
there.
on something.
I've literally been
And
there.
yeah, I feel like everyone has. Everyone's rolled into a Waffle House at 3 in the morning after screaming and jumping around and bashing someone's face in a hot pit, and you just need to get fucked up even more. You know
Okay,
what I mean? Like, let's do
I
this.
gotta drop the story because I mean we only have so many left and we have time to burn, so you know we can take more time with these. I was finishing a concert from ex-member of Chiodos, Craig Owens' project called Drugs, Drugs, and it was at Emerson Avenue. I went downtown, Steak and Shake, because that was what our friend Jack's girlfriend at the time really wanted to go and eat at, was this specific restaurant, so we went there. And wasn't
Circle
really.
Center,
I'm sorry.
the one at Circle Center.
It was the one like straight downtown, pretty much like right at
Yep,
the
yep,
crossroads of
that's
everything.
it.
And my
Yep.
my story with it is I wasn't too hungry. I literally got cheese fries, just fries with cheese on like total price would be like 3.30, like $3.30, but it was like midnight, right? But this place was packed as fuck. We got lucky that they even decided to sit us, right? And the way that they processed your payment was that when you were done, you would have to walk up front and wait in line by the cash register, and the lady would process your bill that was left at the table. And the line was not moving at all. We just got done with the concert. We didn't even get that much food, especially in my case. All I got was cheese fries. And like two people behind me in the line was a cop, dude. And I was literally waiting. I tried to give him my money. We waited like 25 minutes, tried to give him our money, and like things were just breaking down. And I walked out. Only time I ever walked out on a bill. I tried. And I just thought it was funny that there was a cop right behind me too. And I was like, oh, I hope this cop doesn't fucking say something or like get me arrested for not paying this. But yeah. Only time I
I might
ever
have to go ahead. I'll
only
finish
time
up.
I never paid a bill was at a Steak and Shake, and I tried.
I gotta walk back something I said earlier because I got my head twisted. I've got my facts messed up. I don't think Indiana was the original Steak and Shake. I think it was Illinois.
Illinois. I think it took off in Indiana. I know it's got something to do with Indiana.
It well, there are a ton of Steak and Shakes in Indiana, dude. Like there's a shit ton. At least in Indianapolis, they're all over the place. I'm looking at the map right now. There's a ton of them. Anyway, it doesn't matter,
But yeah, I know. Because where are we gonna put this thing?
dude. I respect Steak and Shake more than what it's worth.
I do too.
Just it's more of a personal thing. So
I
realistically, I would say it's probably the gatekeeper of C tier.
I'm kind of agreeing with you too, because I'm looking at C tier, and it's like I'd rather pick Steak and Shake over Dairy Queen or Carl's Jr. even Panera Bread. So I think it is our leader of C tier.
That's fine with me.
Oh man, fucking Subway.
Subway is a roller coaster.
It is, isn't it?
I've seen behind the veil at the Subway too. My
I've
brother used to manage
I've worked
Subway,
at
and
a
he might
Subway.
even listen to this video. There's a good chance that he might listen to this video, and
You should
I
send
might
it
get
to him.
my shit twisted. But Subway is similar to the next item on the menu, Taco Bell, where it's all about the management and it's all about the preparer. Because Subway, their quality of food has gone up and down and up and down on repeat. But I find myself to this day, I work in a lot of trucker gas stations with their equipment, and a lot of them have Subways, and you can get a decent sized sandwich for like $8, and it will fill you up. And you can find something that you like. I like multiple items on the menu. It's not, or not items, but meats. Let's just say, and combinations of items on the menu. But is it a good quality item? No. Is it? Is it really cheap? No. Is there a lot of wiggle room with what you can do with the sandwiches? Kind of, but not really. Like it all just kind of boils down to the same mush. But it tastes good if you make it specifically for you.
Man, actually really want to pop off on Subway because I too worked at one for about 2 weeks and it was the most miserable 2 weeks of my entire life. And there's more that adds to my Subway experience that, like, no matter what you tell me, I
Yeah.
really don't want to put it higher than F tier because it really pisses me
Oh,
off. I really don't.
jeez.
I think it might lead F tier at the end of this argument that I'm trying to tell you. But you've said this before a million times, and I don't know. Sometimes it's more true than others. But one of them being that this Subway really depends on what restaurant, like which location you go to, because it's so
Yes.
franchised to the point where
Yep.
it's a you can get a million different Subway experiences on the same menu item depending on which location you go to. Because I've
Yep.
been to Subways before that there's literally one person working, right? And I'm gonna share this moment with one that I had maybe a month ago. I showed up to Subway. They open at like 8 or 9. I was there at like 10, so they had plenty of time to open up. And I've worked at one, and they were just baking the bread. It was somebody who English wasn't their first language, which is fine, but I could tell that they were really struggling with employment at the time. And it was just her at this restaurant, and she was really mad with me just even being there in the first place. And she was like baking bread, and she was like, "I'll be with you in a minute." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I'll wait because I'm a patient guy and I'm really nice."
Yeah.
And I gave her
You know
all.
the struggle.
I know the struggle, and I gave her all the time in the world, and she never came around to me. Even though that job should have been done earlier, but I get it. It's only one person in this fucking restaurant, which is
And the
asinine.
person
It's
that was
fucking
supposed to
nuts.
open was probably the person that didn't show up, and she's the one that has to come in 2 hours later and fucking make up for lost time. That toxic bullshit.
So she finally gets to me. She's like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" It's like, "Good. I need to get to work in like 15 minutes." I didn't say that, but I'm thinking that. I'm like, "Wow, I thought this was going to be a quick experience, but it's not. I'm on my way to work. I want a sandwich." So I tried giving it to her, and her phone starts going off. And she has gloves on, right? She's like, "Okay, hold on one moment." And she like picked up her phone, starts speaking, I don't want to get into that. Just speaking a language, and it has less to do with any of that. Just the fact that she stopped with her gloves on to
Touch non-food
touch
items.
non-food items, and I was begging. I didn't want to be that person. I'm super nice and polite, but like when she was done with everything, I really thought that she was going to be making my fucking sandwich, but she wasn't. She had to deal with this phone call. She came back in with the same gloves on and finished my sandwich. And
Yeah.
I was just so pissed about that. I was like, dude, come on, because even at Subway that I worked at, like we changed our gloves, dude. Come on. Uh,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I'm gonna keep going a little bit more on this. So that was just a really shitty location Subway experience. But at the end of all of it, we're in an inflation economy now where things are costing more because there's more money out there apparently that I'm not seeing. And
Yeah, dude.
because these fucking capitalists, like these companies that own Subway, don't feel like paying their employees more, which was something that I vouch for. I think that minimum wage should go up drastically, but Subway doesn't feel like doing that. And instead, when I got my sandwich, finally, after 15 minutes, she rotates the tablet around and asks me if I want to give her a tip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, the consumer shouldn't be the one responsible for covering up the slack of you not paying your fucking employees enough fucking money. So I hit 0, not just because of the fact that I had a terrible experience with her, but I feel like I would hit 0 even if I had a great experience with her, just because she shouldn't be relying on tip-based services. Subway should just be giving her ass more fucking money.
Yeah,
And
there
that
is a part of that.
and that pisses me
Was your
off.
how did your sandwich taste? How was the bottom line?
I mean, I'm really good at like short talking and treating people like like actual humans, and I was being sweet to her, and I don't know, again, like the whole experience was just awful. And I think if I actually could remember something specifically, more mayo than I wanted because of a language barrier, which
Yeah,
has nothing to do with
yeah.
my rating. I don't want to put language barrier as a rating, but like it was more mayo than I wanted, which you can totally kill anything in this planet with too much mayo. Too much mayo can
That's the
ruin
problem.
anything.
Yeah. That's dude, on all these burger places, even the ones that I rate highly, it's either light mayo or no mayo because
I don't
something
want to
about
put
America, man. Any
yeah.
non-American listeners will probably not understand, or maybe they have this epidemic going on in their country as well. There is a caulk gun that is used for mayo in America.
It's got to
Same
be
thing with
done
sour,
because you'll fuck it up.
sometimes sour cream, but these motherfuckers, they do a full squeeze on that thing, and I don't know if you ever shot a caulk gun before, but a lot of shit comes out of that gun when you give it a full squeeze, and it is disgusting. It is. I like mayo. It took me 20 years to come around on mayo because it's been served to me incorrectly for all of that time, and I just swore against it
Or
because
just
I thought
Miracle Whip,
this
because
is
Miracle Whip tastes like ass.
yeah. But anyway, it's like mayo does not go on a lot of things, and if it does, it goes on sparingly, very sparingly. Anyway,
I think Subway is one of these restaurants that we're looking at where I really have to judge it solely on the company standpoint. I'm upset at the fact that instead of paying their employees more, they offered a tipping option. I'm upset with this woman having to work a shift by herself singly. I'm upset with the fact that Subway will just open up another competitive Subway owned by a different
family.
another family that's literally less than a mile away, because they have no restrictions on where you feel like franchising your Subway. And
Yep.
you can it's weird that you can literally feel that inside of a restaurant without having prior knowledge that like a Subway is just mismanaged. And I really don't like Subway. I would rather eat at any of these. I would rather give Quiznos a chance, or I'd rather give Penn Station or Firehouse a chance rather than go to Subway
Actually
again. And I
tasty.
worked there, and I worked
Yeah.
there. It was awful. There's only a few menu options that I'd actually get. Like when you go to Subway, what's your sandwich?
One of two things. It's either the Black Forest ham with my own personal combination or the tuna.
I really like the Italian BMT, either the meatball sub, or I'll fuck around and get just plain turkey.
Yeah.
But for that, I really want to put it in F
My
tier.
my opinions on Subway are I feel like Subway is one of those restaurants where it's wholly personal because you make it your sandwich your way. So if you like a sandwich a specific way and they fuck it up every time because either A, the ingredients don't align with your taste buds or your interpretation of what that sandwich should taste like, you're not going to like it. So it's like I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that hard rep Subway because it just hits them right. It just hits different for them because it is wholly personal. Uh, what I do find flavor combinations that I like that are consistent. That's the thing is I feel like Subway is so consistent with how bad it is. It's so consistent with its inconsistency that it comes back around to being consistent again.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. I think I have one other point that I want to make up, but I'll let you finish.
That's really about it. It really just comes down to management, and I think that their rotation of product is fucking autistic because some of the stuff that they bring out is really good and just should be part of the menu, and then they take it away, and then it's like, well, I have no
Oh
reason
yeah,
to go to
yeah,
Subway anymore. Like,
exactly.
see ya. Like
Yeah,
you are fucking stupid.
'cause
Like,
when I went recently, they had pastrami, and that's not always a menu item that they have on, and I enjoyed that sandwich a lot. Um, I
see you
guess
again next year.
I want to wrap this up with when I worked there, I was at a really low place, and Subway just literally beat me even lower. The management was awful. I'm a very charismatic and unique person, and when I tried to build a relationship with even my own managers, they were just so vanilla, robotic, and awful that I hated what I was doing. They shut me in the back just doing dishes just because I didn't even want to talk to people. whenever I would try and build a relationship, I was like, yeah, I like to make music, and they would just be like, oh, that's cool, and just shut me down. And anybody that's eating at Subway, make sure that you get your food fucking heated. No, not always if it's like a ham or a turkey or a cold cut, but if you're getting something like their steak, like their chopped steak, or maybe even like their onion chicken, which is really popular, like their onion chicken dressing with their
Yeah.
grilled chicken breast, always get it heated because that
Yeah.
shit just comes in a frozen brick, like solidified in plastic. So if you
Yeah.
get like their chopped steak and don't get that heated up, you're gonna get worms or worse. I don't even know. I don't even want to know. I don't
I
even
don't
want
want
to
to know,
know.
dude. Dude, yeah, and that's the thing is that once you see what I think Subway is one of the best examples of once you peek behind the curtain, you probably never want to eat there again.
Yeah, look at their bread. Their frozen bread is just it's all terrifying. Like the learning experience for me, I've learned things quicker at nicer restaurants and learning high quality cooking techniques than I did
Yep.
having to push buttons at Subway because it was so alien. It was like I was doing a chemistry experiment.
Yeah. When
Legit.
you see them take out those bags of meat and start chiseling away at them, it kind of makes you have goosebumps.
Depressing, flavorless, shittily
Bottom of D
ran.
tier.
I hate it.
Bottom of D tier.
Bottom of I want to go F, bro. Fuck Subway, bro.
All right, that's fine. I
Desperation
can
mode.
understand it.
I get Subway whenever I'm just like, this is the only sub place that's close by that's even open. And I
Would
always
you
get,
rather eat Subway over McDonald's?
no. I'd rather get McDonald's over Subway for sure.
That's fair. What about Burger King?
I'd rather get Burger. I don't know. Those are pretty tied. I'll do this. Uh, fuck. Subway, get the fuck down there.
No, there's no way.
Like that?
Don't break my heart. Subway, Burger King has to be at the bottom. It
Okay.
has to be.
Word.
That's fine.
That's looking
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
That's
that
looking
sounds
good
all
to me.
right. I mean, me personally, my opinions on Subway, I'd probably put it somewhere in D tier behind Denny's. But the thing is about some of those other things in D tier is that it's more of a lack of eating them and instead of like an actual hatred towards them. But KFC fucking sucks, and I feel bad putting Jersey Mike's in D tier. I'd actually rather have Jersey Mike's up at the end of C tier because Jersey Mike's is actually a quality
Yeah, we can
restaurant.
do that for you, fam. No problem.
Yeah, like I feel bad with the Jersey Mike's being down there with those abominations because Jersey Mike's actually has a quality product. It's just nothing special in a lot of ways.
I'm
It's
liking
good though.
this. I'm liking this so far.
That's fine. All right, Taco Bell, bro.
Dude, you know how
What
I
it-
feel about Taco Bell, and the thing is, no matter what negative thing I say, my decision is still gonna be where I'm gonna put it at.
Yep.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to take the reign? Do you want me to like at least start off on how I feel about Taco Bell?
It's up to you, man.
I've got the menu hacks down, Pat. I know exactly what I'm gonna get and how I'm gonna get it. The only downside with Taco Bell is if it's open or not and staffed at all.
Yep. Taco Bell is the epitome of the preparers choose your destiny. So if there's a 16-year-old stoned ass kid who doesn't give a fuck, he just works here part time to pay for his weed and shitty video games and gotcha games on his cell phone, he's not going to give a fuck about your burrito. He's not going to give a fuck about your taco. He is going to just slap it together. It's going to be super lopsided. You're going to get full bites of just sour cream. You're going to get full bites of just taco sauce, and you're going to want to vomit. But if you find that one place that can hold on to employees who give a fuck, you just need to write that address down because you need to go back to that same Taco Bell every time because Taco Bell has the most potential out of any restaurant, in my opinion, in terms of the experience. But once again, it all comes down to the preparer. And another one of those amazing places that has the drink game. They have the Baja Blast,
Got Baja,
and
bro.
and Baja is the nectar of the gods. So it's like it just at the very least, just from the drink itself, it just baseline. No matter what your opinion is on the food itself, it's top of C, bare minimum. But obviously, I'm not putting it there because I actually like their food,
I was gonna say
if done
that
correctly.
I'm a value menu kind of guy, but you don't have to get value menu at Taco Bell because it's already so cheap. So
Cheap, yeah.
no matter what you get, your price is so equally like shown in your quality of product as well. Like $5 is gonna give you so much $5 worth of product. It's not even funny, and it's gonna taste good. Like, I don't know about anybody that's listening, but I love the taste of Taco Bell food. I love the
Yeah.
ground beef. I like the grilled chicken. I love the bean burrito. I'm not even vegan. I go there and I get the bean burrito. It's fucking amazing. I have so many. Whenever I think about wanting to get Taco Bell, I have to actually debate with myself on what I actually feel like getting because there's so many things that I enjoy off of the menu.
Yeah. I got to look up one thing before I say the next thing, so keep going.
I really want to put Taco Bell in S tier. It's one of a kind. There's no other fast food, like, because I don't even want to say fast casual. Like, it's just fast food Taco Bell restaurant. My family has history with it. My grandma used to be a manager at one way back in the day, and obviously that's different than the Taco Bell that we have now. But I actually find myself probably getting Taco Bell once every 2 weeks. Sometimes maybe even like once a week, depending on like the, just what I'm feeling. They always come through with me. Again, I think the biggest downsides is if they're even open or not in the first place. Chicken quesadilla, banger. Cinnamon twist, banger. Just go and get the Nachos Bel Grande if you're feeling it. It's gonna be a fucking banger. Crunchwrap Supreme, remember when that was a new product? Absolute
That's what I
fucking
was gonna
banger.
say.
It put the
You
world on
said
it put the world
you
on fucking upside down. And then next to the Crunchwrap, they dropped the Baja at the same time. Talk about being on top of the fucking fast food world right there.
you segued right into me because the point I needed to look something up and I needed to look the date of the Chalupa release and the date of the Crunchwrap release, which the Chalupa came out in 1999 and the Crunchwrap came out in January 2006. And both of those releases were absolutely ground shakers. They led the fucking charge on fast, quote unquote, Mexican inspired food with the Crunchwrap Supreme. It is one of the most innovative fast food releases of any restaurant. Hamburger, French fries, hot dogs, doesn't matter. It's the next level. It transcended to being from a food to an activity. People would just want to go out and eat one and they didn't even care what it tasted like because it was so fun to eat and it's such an interesting experience. Nothing will ever come as close to being as unique to some of the items that are at Taco Bell. The toasted cheddar chalupa is one of the best modern day releases ever fucking made. It's just insane. And most people's arguments for Taco Bell is it's the same five ingredients just packaged in different ways because that's just what it is. It's, you're not smart for saying that. You're not thought provoking, wise man, turtle on top of a fucking mountain.
Yeah, they got like
You know,
three
your
protein
your
options to
sage
mix and match
your
any other way
sage
you want.
wisdom is the first comeback to anyone who shits on Taco Bell, so that's cool. Uh, you're really leading the charge on that one. But the thing is that that's how every single fast food restaurant is. It's either hamburgers, chicken, or that's it, pretty much. So with that aside, with that horrible criticism tabled, yes, it is a recon. Every item is constituted of the same like 4 to 5, maybe even 6 ingredients, just over and over and over again. That's Taco Bell's biggest fault because a lot of their new releases fucking suck because it's just garbage. But the mainstays on the menu, and even some of these more modern day ones that don't go back to the roots of the restaurant, are fucking phenomenal. And on top of that, their drink game is fire. They've got the freezes that all taste great.
Yep,
They've got the
yep.
Starburst. They've got the Starburst merch. They've got the Crunch Wraps. They've got the Chalupas.
They
Their
collaborated
tacos
with
are good.
Doritos. It
Their
was a
Doritos. Yeah, the Doritos Locos Tacos, I was super on the fence about for the first like 10 years of them being out, but then I
still pretty
actually
nuts
tried
though.
one and I was like, dude, this actually works. Like this shit works.
Look, they've got so first off, I just
Cinnamon
love the
twists.
yeah, cinnamon twists are banging, and just the fact that even if you order the most simple thing on the menu, the like the crunchy taco or the soft taco, as a child, I ate that up and I loved it. So if you do have a child, 2 soft tacos are going to be more than enough for them to even be able to like eat. Like,
That's
it's
like two
perfect.
dollars
It's
and
gonna be
fifty
like $2
cents.
and 50 cents. They have S tier value menu. Their value menu is untouchable. They have
Yep.
S tier in terms of their drinks with the Baja Blast and the frozen beverages. They have S tier in terms of the fact that if you go to a nice Taco Bell, they will customize it any way that you want. I tell them exactly how I want it, and they will do it for me. And they don't throw up a huff with it. I'll be like, I want the veggie burrito, add grilled chicken, and toast it for me, and they will fucking do it for me. So
They're they have some of the best self checkout stuff because it allows you to fully customize
fully
everything that you
customize
want
everything, and
and
they
just Yeah, and it's like you don't have to be super like if you want to be complicated, you should do the self checkout because you can
One,
do math and you can do the
yup.
subtraction and additions on the screen and it's really easy to follow.
And just the fact that oh god, what was it? Oh, it was at the right of the tip of my tongue.
It's all right.
It's okay. It wasn't.
Dude, I'll take it up. I hate nacho cheese. I hate liquid cheese.
That's
They have
exactly
the
what it
best
was.
liquid cheese. They have the best liquid cheese in town. It actually tastes good. Not saying it tastes like cheese, but it tastes good. And they're like 50 or 99 cent, just little mini bag of nachos, like tortilla chips, essentially
Yep.
with the little cup of cheese. That in itself is amazing.
I
And on top of all of that, their sauce game is fucking unreal.
Boom, major sauce game too, like comparable to Chick-fil-A. They have a million different sauces, but you nailed it on the head with the queso because that's what I was gonna get at. Any Taco Bell representative listening to me, please stop forcing your menu items to have the queso because I'm not a big fan of it. Like I
Yeah.
want like the real shredded cheese, but
Yep.
save the nacho cheese, like the liquid cheese for your nachos or for your like just for anything to dip in, you know? Like I'm happy it's there. I just don't want it forced in my menu item, and if I had a choice for no cost, I would love to substitute that for real cheese.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something else. Can't remember.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say we put Long Johns in S tier. We put Papa John's in S tier. We put Panda Express in S tier. We gotta put Taco Bell S tier.
Yeah, Taco Bell leads the pack in S tier.
It's boom, and I couldn't have said it better myself. It is the best fast food establishment that pretty much checks all of the marks. The
What
only
a
thing it
fast
doesn't
food
have is
restaurant should
burgers.
be.
It really is. It really is.
They got the Cinnabon bunches. Like they're collabs, dude. Like their
Are
collabs
nuts.
aren't pointless. Like their collabs aren't just filler nonsense to trick you to come in. Like yeah, some of them hit harder than others, and some of them are kind of flops. But the ones that they get a response out of, they get on the menu. You know,
They
like
do. They had like a fucking Captain Crunch collab with their Cinnabon twist, and
yeah.
yeah, it just blew
They
my mind.
I will say as a counterpoint they do kind of lean into that stony bro kind of thing a little too hard sometimes like oh I remember what I was gonna say they're like bro this wasn't it though they're like bro we took the Captain Crunch and we put it in a taco and then we wrapped it in a pizza and then we deep fried it but hey it's only $5
Sold.
two more I remember two things their combos, their boxes lead the fucking way. They're pathfinders with their boxes.
It's interesting you say
Five
that.
dollars. Talk about inflation, dude. $5 still.
You know,
$5 for more food than one person should feasibly be eating at a fast food restaurant.
bro, very valid. You know, I'm more of an a la carte guy, but you've kind of showed me the light because you do like the beverages. Usually, whenever I go out to eat, I never get beverage at all. But if you are the kind of person that wants the sides, wants the drink, and maybe a side menu item, you get the star of the show with the chalupa. They throw in a taco, they give you the cinnamon twist or the nachos with no upcharge, and they give you the Baja $5 fucking. Let's roll.
And another menu hack on top of that is you can get the $5 box and upgrade the drink from a medium to a large for like 25
Let's
cents.
go, bro. You get that big ass Baja.
It's 5.25, bro.
I love you, Taco Bell, and you've always had my back.
Yeah, but there once again, Taco Bell, for all of its amazing on paper uh qualities, it all just comes down to the bender, man. It all comes down to the taco bender. And that's not me being racially slurring. I'm literally talking about the people that are actually bending them tacos because for every I mean, you can probably attest to this, for every one good and amazing experience you've had one to two terrible experiences.
I've also had incredible stomach aches, and I actually have an iron stomach. One of the few places that'll actually put me in a really bad stomach situation would be like Sonic and Taco Bell. Not always, but Taco Bell is probably at like a maybe 20% of chance that
See,
I
and
end up shitting
I know
myself.
so many people talk about the churn from the Taco Bell, and it's like I've never had it. It's
It's got to be the
I
chicken or something, man, because I never get it with
yeah,
anything else but the chicken.
I don't know. I don't know. I get it though. Fast food is fast for a reason, man. It's not supposed to be in your body. It goes in fast and it comes out fast.
Well, before we move on, I will say, old listeners, Taco Bell used to have a burger. Just keep that in mind. Little fun fact for you: they used to have a taco burger.
Yeah. The last thing, and I alluded to it earlier, like I think in the first video, talking about breakfast. Okay, talking about breakfast, and
Oh
you
my
were talking
god. No,
about
you opened up a whole nother tier.
the unnecessary aspect of adding breakfast to an already bop-in
Yep,
menu.
yep.
Taco Bell breakfast is actually fucking good.
I know
And
you were
they
so right.
didn't just take Taco Bell and then add whatever to the breakfast menu. What they did is the Taco Bell theory where everything is 5 ingredients, except they just added 5 more ingredients. So like the breakfast crunch wrap is fire. The
Yep.
breakfast tacos are fire. Yes, all the ingredients is just egg, cheese, bacon, whatever. But who doesn't like a crunch wrap? Like I do. I'll eat an eggy, bacony, cheesy crunch wrap. Like, yeah, like why not? They even have the breakfast salsas, dude. Like the sauce game. Like it all comes back to that. And it's like, I don't know, man.
Man,
I think out of all the places that just slapdash a breakfast into their menu, Taco Bell kind of did it right.
and we're never going to get over Taco Bell because I still have more to add to it, which is that I wake up really early, but I don't work till a little later. So I'll be up at like maybe 7:50, 8ish, but I won't work till 10. And by the time I'm ready to go to work and I'm hungry and I get fast food in the morning, I'm not ready for breakfast. I want lunch at this point, you know? But I work with a bunch of other people that rave over Taco Bell breakfast. So while I'm here getting my amazing lunch options, which is sold during breakfast times, which is a huge plus for Taco Bell that they offer lunch even if it is breakfast hours. The fact that I'll show up to work and other people got breakfast and they love the hash browns. Like they think that that's the best thing ever. They love the eggs. They get the breakfast crunch wrap. So everyone's happy. They don't force you to only get breakfast. You can get lunch too.
Yeah. It was an addition to the menu rather than a gate to the menu.
Love you, Taco Bell.
Yeah, dude, mad respect there. Really fucking taking the innovation to the next level.
I think we spent probably the most time on this than any other restaurant, and it deserves it.
Well, it's right there at the top, so that
Yep.
makes sense.
Fucking
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
You dirty little sauce pot in the corner over there. You fucking grimy
Man,
little sleazy little get a handy in the back alleyway fucking Waffle House.
I love that griminess. I love the fact that there might be some illicit activities going on at my restaurant where I'm eating at. You know, I like to get my hands dirty, and I respect it. I ain't calling the cops. Waffle House ain't calling the cops unless you're robbing it. And again, it's not even a Waffle House; it's a Waffle Home, dude. Doesn't matter what walk of life that you are, especially in the South, like where there's huge jumps of poverty and like some rich people, some poor. They're all in that Waffle Home and they're getting the same order together and they're treated the exact same.
Yeah. Waffle House is there for you in the same way that I described Steak and Shake, where you're always on something, and you stumble into the Waffle House. You may not even get a waffle, but you'll come out feeling better for the first 30 minutes, and it does what it do.
I guess I got a few things to say about Waffle House. One of them being that I actually had an amazing customer service experience there. There was a guy named Joe. He worked the really late night to early morning shift and that like transfer over. His name was Joe. He always hacked the jukebox so we could play whatever we wanted and not pay anything. He always kept my coffee full and his conversation was great. And I don't know your last name, Joe, but if you stumble across this, you're the homie. And thank you for serving me at Waffle House. My second question is,
Yeah,
Nick.
dude.
I don't know what you get at Waffle House. I don't even know if you eat it much, but if you do you know what you get at all? Or
As most very low tier breakfasty 24/7 places, I usually just go for the skillet.
safe?
You
Safe?
usually egg, bacon, sausage, cheese, whatever, hash brown, whatever it be that day. Sometimes I like to go the little more Tex-Mex, Tex-Mex style.
Wow, slow down.
Yeah, Tex-Mex is always good for breakfast. Fight me.
Whenever I go to Waffle House, I'm usually not the hungriest, but I'm definitely the drunkiest. So I'm just trying
Yeah.
to get food in my belly as quick as possible. Uh, their coffee, I'm a huge coffee guy, and I either drink it black with the shittiest coffee like ever, like Folgers, or I go straight white girl at Starbucks, and I'll get like mocha, frappe, whatever, and I go
Yeah.
nutso.
Yeah.
But my Waffle House menu is just black coffee with maybe eggs and hash browns. Like I don't need anything crazy. That's what I want. But if I'm actually going there for one of their higher tier items, I get the pork chop. And shout out Anthony Bourdain on showing me that one. He really vouched for the pork chop, and I saw that show, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get that, and I did, and it's fucking bussin'. It's fucking good.
Is it cheap?
I think it's around $12 or $13. Let's look it up real quick. Waffle House pork chop. Oh, price. Pork chop and eggs is around $7.80. Whoa,
Not bad.
I don't remember that at
Yeah.
all. Well, next time you go to Waffle House, take my word for it, and Anthony Bourdain's get the pork chop.
Rip.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that I could do anything less than C tier. We can put it wherever we want, but Waffle House is a waffle home. It's not the best, and we already know that, and it's not the worst
It's
ever.
right. It's right in front of DQ.
Right in front of Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, too, especially in the South.
Yep. Big accessibility.
Wawa.
Wawa. So Wawa, if I remember correctly, it's essentially like a pseudo restaurant inside of a certain grocery store chain, especially on the West Coast. They're known for their sandwiches, I believe, like their subby boys. I've had it exactly one time, and I don't remember what I ate, but I do remember the feeling that I got after eating it, and it was not positive. So it goes in the F tier for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking it up, and it looks like that they're very much into either strip malls or being inside of gas stations kind of place. And if you've had it and you agree with F tier,
It hold up. It's better than Burger King.
better than Burger King. Better than
Yes.
Jackie.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough.
It's good where it's at.
Yeah.
Because I've at least had Jack in the Box, so.
Okay, so this is the big one. Okay,
Dude.
the real question is Wendy's before or after Taco Bell?
Bro, I guess that is the big question. I don't know if I want to even compare it because the amount of times that I've had Taco Bell isn't as much as many times that I've had Wendy's. I've definitely had Taco Bell more. I would be okay with giving Wendy's above Long John's for sure. But you know what? What do we love about Wendy's, man? What do we love about Wendy's?
Bro, get in the Mind Palace. I love everything about Wendy's. I don't give a fuck. Every single item that they have on their menu, aside for their like really weird like promo items. Okay, well let me walk that back 1 second. I don't like their promo items. I don't like their bacon cheese pub fuck you in the ass sandwich. Like that shit sucks. And they always just take their promo items consist of a sauce and a topping that they apply to the beef and then the
add-
chicken
and then
equally.
they slap 250 on top of it.
Yes, so their promo items, on the whole, in my opinion, are trash, but the rest of their food is quality in terms of their salad game is on fire, their chili and sides is on
Yep.
fire,
Yep.
their burgers are the best fast food burgers in town. It's the most consistent shit I've ever seen across all the states that I've eaten it in.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
Their spicy chicken nuggets are the
Nugs.
best chicken nuggets
The
you can
nugs.
possibly get in the market.
Word.
Their
The Frosty?
I was gonna say their drink game is pretty good aside from just like Coca-Cola products, but like their like slushy / like frozen drinks are pretty solid. Their value menu is top notch. It paved the
is.
way, and it has been at that price point for what, like 20, 30 years. It's insane. I don't know if it's that long, but it's at least in my whole waking life, it's been 4 for 4. So it's like, yeah, it's the bomb. A lot of people talk shit about their quote unquote newer fries, but I think their fries are the best in town. Fight me, I don't give a fuck. I'll throw down over a French fry. Their fries are amazing.
I got
Everything about their shit is good, aside from their weird promo items that I'm not a huge fan of.
I got
The newest item that I like that has been derivative of a promo. I think the last good promo that became a mainstay on the menu for me was the Baconator. I'm not a huge bacon guy, but I like a nuanced bacon incorporated into some of the items that I like to eat. Like I like the burger that I always go to is just the Big Bacon Classic. It's got 2 or 3 strips of bacon on a double cheeseburger. It's not that complicated. It's really nice. But aside from that, I have eaten Baconators. Yes, they're good, but yes, they are terrible for you and they fuck your shit up. So I steer clear of them. But the Baconator item that I do like is the Baconator fries. They are pretty solid. It's a dirty pleasure for me. Baconator fries. They're and okay, so I'm taking the mic at him. Hold on a sec.
I know, because I actually have so much to say, so you should probably get it out.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Their application on the phone is so beyond next level with what you get out of it. most companies in general, like any POS environment where you're going in and getting discounts on product that are usually merchandise or sorry, advertised to you via an application on your phone, you get notifications or whatever.
Yeah.
Wendy's application on your phone is buying away their food is already insanely cheap, but you can get their food at an increasingly discounted rate with their app. You accumulate points, and it's not that slow drip shit where you have to buy like 10 hamburgers to get like one hamburger or whatever. The promos that they have just straight up knock off dollars off of your price, regardless of what you buy. So it's like you get these blank tickets that literally you can use. It tells you what you can use it on, but it's such a wide variety of products. So it's like, and they refresh every week,
That's
dude.
nuts.
So if you're out there buying premium, what they call them is premium or non-premium combos. The premium combos are all the big name sandwiches, the 10-piece chicken and stuff like that. So like all the stuff that you actually want, but if you're looking for value, you just get the $5 biggie bag. You get a double bacon cheeseburger with fries, 4 nuggets, and a drink, $5. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's just like Taco Bell, where you get an insane amount of food that really you shouldn't even be eating this much food, but it's all good in the hood because you didn't pay shit for it. With the more premium route, on the face, you don't want to pay $11 for a large quality hamburger and a large fry and drink. But if you just use the app, it knocks it down to that $7-8 price point. So it's like, get in.
I got a few things
Rand.
that I would like to say. One of them being that
Also one more. Sorry,
no,
sorry,
you were good.
Beyonce.
I knew this was
Let
gonna be a
me
big
let
one.
me let me tell you. Let me tell you. Or sorry, Taylor Swift. Let me tell you. Uh, they're chili, right?
Yeah,
I
dude,
know
let's
you're
go
you're,
on it.
you're gonna
Yeah,
go off on the chili.
that's
I have
literally
to
one
give
of the.
them props though
I
because
love
they
it.
reused the hamburger meat that they didn't use in the previous day for the chili.
That's right, and it's the
So like
perfect use for it.
this is the only place in the entire fast food place that I am aware of where you can get a fucking baked potato.
I wanted to
Like
talk about
it,
that too, so you're
oh
crossing
my
that off the
god, dude!
list.
Like, if you're trying to be a little bit more lean instead of eating fried potato, you can just get a solid spud and then top it off exactly how you want it because they got all the fixings back there anyway. So it's like, dude, it's like they don't cast a super wide net, but the stuff that they choose that's exotic is totally worth being there.
Dude, put that chili on top of that fucking potato. Any listener
Yeah,
to
dude.
this, put that chili on top of that potato. It'll change your fucking life. And I was gonna
And don't
say,
sleep on their salads either.
don't sleep on the salads either. They have like fresh fruits for all their salads, like they do like an apple pecan. That's fucking nuts with grilled chicken. But again, the fact that they
Salad.
do have baked potato was absolutely crazy to me, and I love it.
Yeah, dude. Go on.
All right, so I got a few things that I want to say to Wendy's. I already know where I'm going to put it in the tier, but one of them being that they're incredibly nostalgic. It was close by to me. I remember riding my bicycle with my sister, like riding on the pegs in the back, and we had like $6 and $3 of it was in change, and we left with a bag of food. And also, I'm a big value menu kind of guy. I love the fact that their value menu burger actually has onions and lettuce and tomato on it. So if you
Yeah, it's a
go
deluxe.
so if you go to Sonic and you get your value menu burger, all it is burger, cheese, bun with like lettuce, ketchup, and yeah, that's it. Like maybe mustard. But Wendy's, their value menu burger actually has lettuce and onion and tomato on it. I don't know if it still does, but it did back in
Yeah,
the day. It was like $2, and it's an actual burger, not just like cheese and bun in meat.
yeah, it's just a smaller version. Like the patty itself is the smaller one. It's still good though.
I gotta recycle the chili thing. I love their chili. A lot of beans inside of it. No pasta, which is totally fine. Straight hearty. It's a meal in and of itself. The fact you can get a baked potato, it's amazing. I think the Wendy's hit even harder if you're in the middle of nowhere because they actually put love inside of their products. Back in the 80s, they also had amazing commercials, and you should actually look up a video, Nick, that I'll link you later, about Wendy's. I think they actually had like a sit down. I don't know if it was like a buffet style. I think they had like a salad bar or something, but Wendy's used to be different than it was as we both know it. And they actually wanted like kids to come in with like kid night and stuff. And I think all of that's just really, really cool. Best quality burgers around, best chili around. What's your fucking order, Nick? What do you get at Wendy's?
Like I said, I can get typically it's just the 10-piece spicy nuggets with a large fry and a large root beer, which costs $8 with the app. And then if you've already used your $2 off coupon this week, which happens to me on the reg, I'll go for the $5 biggie bag, double bacon cheeseburger.
I feel like I don't even know what I'm gonna get when I get there because I'm so excited about so many items that I end up getting too much. But I want a burger, but also I want the chili, but maybe that's too much, and I want the nuggets because they're great, and I gotta get a
See, that's
potato
why you get
too.
the $5 biggie bag, dude. You get the burger, the nuggets, the fries, and the
If I
drink.
don't get the chili, man, I mean, what was the point? And
Well, it's just like an extra little
ooh,
spice. That brings it from $5 to $7. No big thing.
it's just so good. The fries are amazing. I want to put it in S tier. Where are we putting it at?
S tier.
Straight up leading the pack or Taco Bell
I
style?
the thing is like that in itself is a big debate, but as we approach the nitty gritty
Dirty
here,
stuff.
I think that Wendy's should be in front of Taco
Let's
Bell.
do it. I
But
don't
once,
contest. Let's do it.
but the thing is that like in each tier you have to like look at the genre of food that's in it. So really, Taco Bell being next to Wendy's is kind of like the same thing because you can't really compare them.
I crack up because I'm willing to go on to Whataburger. We're already on 50 minutes on this segment, but I gotta say
This
that
is gonna be quick. This is
I,
gonna be quick.
I hands down shut down a Wendy's. I called corporate, was on a phone call for 50 minutes, and I just wanted to mention that I was responsible for shutting down a local Wendy's for 4 days. Yeah, that was
Because of
me.
health
Yep, that
violations.
was me. It was just a whole
Yeah,
bunch of things adding up together. They didn't give
we
me a
had to take them
receipt. They
out,
didn't call
boys.
me back. The guy at the window harassed me. Essentially, was yelling at me. It was awesome. 10 out of 10. Let's move on to Whataburger. You ever been there?
No,
You ever had Whataburger?
no, it's one of those West Coast ones, isn't it?
Well, they take your burger, but they dip it in water before they serve it to you. Um, I had Whataburger once in Corpus Christi. The line was out the door. Kids are crying all over the place, and they had an outdoor patio eating area. And we decided to go and eat out there because my family loves eating outside. We like just being outdoors, and the heat doesn't really bother us.
Yeah.
Seagulls straight attacked us, dude. They're just shitting all over everything, and I'm pretty much gonna have to take my parents' advice for this. They hated it. They said that the food was awful. They said that the whole experience was terrible and it was too pricey and overhyped. I don't remember much about it too much, but they if you ask my mom and dad right now what they think about Whataburger, they would say that they hated it and they
So
think it's terrible.
the holy trinity of overhyped fast food hamburgers is In-N-Out, Steak Shack, and Whataburger. They are forever in a feud with each other. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I believe Whataburger is more southern and like Texas style
It was in Corpus
than
Christi.
the West Coast In-N-Out and Shake Shack. But they're all the same in terms of like being extremely overhyped. It's just the console wars where we just gotta rep what we have. So
Just
fuck you.
because of the fact that Whataburger still today, after like 25 years or maybe 20 years, is a meme in my family, I want to put it in F tier because that's what my mom and dad would say.
Saw you, man. I never had it.
We'll put it above Burger King.
It cannot be as bad as Burger King. It just fit like
No, it's above
mathematically.
it. It's
It just
above it.
cannot.
No, it's above it.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah, I know.
well,
Yeah, fuck
that's my
Burger King.
standard for F tier. It's just
It's
Burger
like
King or
I ordered a burger and a seagull came by and stole my whole order of fries and shat on my burger. Still better than Burger King.
no, but at least you got the food.
That's true, dude. That's so true. By the way, we waited like an hour for our food at Burger King and it was amazing. And
It
God,
was still
it was
trash.
so bad. Let's
Fuck
move
Burger
on.
King.
This might be something that you might disagree with me with, but I absolutely love and adore and have nostalgic ties, and I know exactly what I get, and I've had everything on the menu at White Castle. I fucking love this place, and I know that some people either love it or they despise it, and I'm one of those people that just loves it. You're never going to get a burger like it at any of these locations. The only thing that comes close is Crystal's because they sell sliders. They don't sell burgers, but they
same
also
chain.
have a amazing breakfast menu that if you're a breakfast person, you can go there and order like pancake, like a waffle burger or something like that. Like they just go absolutely nuts. So they're open 24 hours. They're always staffed, always employed, and it's the cheapest food you'll ever get. I adore White Castle.
I'm almost certain White Castle and Crystal are the same thing because it's like the Checkers rallies thing, except you go south and it changes.
No, 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 no. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
All right, then
It
it's
can't
just a
be.
direct competitor.
I'm going off of my mom on this one. She had Crystals to compete with the White Castle when she was down south. She said White Castle's better, and I don't even see Crystals on this menu. So
But I like White Castle. I don't like what it does to me, but I love their mozzarella sticks and their chicken rings and their onion rings.
Their mozzarella sticks to me was like my favorite food when I was like 5. I want to put this at S tier, but I get that,
I go B tier.
not everything can be, what you want it to be. If I could put it on the very top of my menu, I would. It's so good. Very good tier. B tier for you though?
Yeah, I'd put it behind Rallies.
That works for me. I'm happy with that. Anybody listening, White Castle gang, bro, you know what's up. Pro life hack, if you get a cheese slider for no cost, you can substitute it for either their aged cheddar or their jalapeno cheddar. No cost added to it. And it completely changes up the ballpark on it. Mozzarella sticks are insane. Chicken rings are insane. Good breakfast menu item. And
Just be ready to have a toilet nearby.
I don't really have that problem too much, but I totally get that, maybe I've built up like a immunity to it.
Yeah, yeah. You're the test rat that has all the immunities.
I just love the fact that they serve their lunch even if it is breakfast time. And I got to end it with a joke. Nick, do you know why White Castle burgers have 5 holes in the patty?
That's how many shots it takes to kill a rat.
That's right, sir. Let's move on. We're at wings.
The buckshot, yeah.
We're gonna do wings, etc. for this place.
There's not any other. Well, there's okay. Here we go. So here comes all the chicken. Yeah, wings, etc. is worse than Wingstop.
I've never. I actually, that's a lie. I've been to Wingstop once. I've been to Wings, etc. a few times, and my mom had Zaxby's last week, and she didn't like it.
Wingstop is one of those partnered with Pizza Hut. 9 times out of 10, it's one of those places that doesn't have a ton of. Not they have no standalone buildings, but if they do have a standalone building, or if they do have their own location, it's in one of the strip malls.
It's kind
So
of
it's like one of those corner pocket stores.
if you would have
It's better than Wings, etc.
If you would have asked me maybe 4 years ago what I think about Wingstop or Wings, etc., it'd be completely different on what I would tell you now because the price of chicken wing. Oh, Jesus Christ. The price of chicken wings have gone up so much because of just like over demand and inflation and COVID and the whole
Supply shortage.
yeah, just that the supply shortage has changed everything. So I don't even know if I could afford it even eating at Wingstop if I wanted to, because I think it's like $1.50 per wing, which is so small.
Yeah, unless you get them on the specific promo nights, like 50-cent wings or whatever. And nowadays, most 50-cent wings only apply to boneless, which is
not a
embarrassing. Yeah. What's your real quick, and we can just throw all these in like D tier or whatever because it's
Sure.
all fine with me. What it real quick to top this whole tier list off? What's your hot take on boneless versus traditional?
I guess we can end all of this on this conversation. So I think I've had more experience with what we're calling wings, etc. So I'll do that, and then we'll do Zaxby's just right behind it. I think that there's no argument on boneless or bone in, because when I think wings, I think with the bone, and the flavor profile is just completely different. You get the fattiness and the tenderness of the meat that's actually touching the bone, as opposed to what is probably just a processed meat chuck in a nugget form and deep fried and shipped out to the store.
Yeah, it's just a chicken nugget. Yeah, but the bone is necessary, just like with steaks. Bone in is a completely different flavor profile. All the flavor comes from the bone. There is no substitution. I don't mind eating boneless, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's a fucking wing. Like, let's just be real. Like,
that's no question. And whenever I eat a wing, I eat every bit of it except for like the bone itself and the like the super hard parts of the cartilage.
yeah,
Other than that,
Yep.
like, I get in there. Like, I actually judge
clean
you based on
Yep.
how much of that wing you actually ate. Because I'll look at Zoe's wing, I'll be like, baby, there's still fucking meat on that wing. What you doing?
clean Kelsey's wings. You gotta clean them. Especially, I make all my wings at home because it's cheaper. Because wings are fucking
for
extremely
real.
pricey.
Actually, same way for me. Whenever I get wings, I'll just buy them frozen, or I don't buy the ones that are packaged raw because that's still really pricey, but a better deal than what you're gonna get at a restaurant. But I'll usually go frozen for sure.
See, I do buy them raw, but you get the full wing, so
That's true.
each wing
That's
is
true.
actually 2 wings.
But there's that midsection between the wing and like the feathery tips that it's just pretty much like you don't touch that.
I love the finger.
It probably
I
adds
love it.
more flavor in the batch when you're cooking it.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. I'll
But,
make you some wings here.
Hey, it's done. We did
Wrap
it.
it up.
It only took maybe 3.5, 4 hours, but it's done.
We didn't even see a lot of really real banger stores here too. Like, there's a lot missing.
Absolutely.
This is like
Whew.
for every one that we never had, there's ones that we have had that would probably land in the C or the B range.
I think the big takeaways is that I want to go to Skyline with you. I want to go to Noodles with you. We might have to try a Jersey Mike's here. Maybe we might have to give Sparrows and also Penn Station another try.
And Portillo's, I gotta get straight on Portillo's. I don't know if my opinion's gonna change, but I'm open.
Portillo's is something that like I'll get something, I'll straight cut it in half and give you half, and then you can get something else. Because I'm gonna be getting that big beef, and you have to try it. But you should try something else too.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe
Yep.
Culver's. I've never been to Culver's, but yeah, crazy list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nation, like, follow, subscribe, and comment below what you think.
Donate to my Patreon that I haven't made yet.
Give me my OnlyFans, asshole only. All
Yeah.
it is.
Starfish Delight. Have a good day, everybody.
Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Later.